Hello everyone and welcome back to Ships Worldwide. That's the sound of a plane taking off if it's a really small plane.
Because we're entering a new era into our podcast.
I can't Habib it. It's looking like it's actually...
It's not this week, but...
No.
Announcements are going to be made.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
We got news.
We got some stuff.
We got our final import.
Yes.
And then we have an announcement for our new segment.
Okay, but can I just say final import sounds like a fighting game, like Guilty Gear Xrd final import or something like that, right? Like, That's awesome. But, yeah.
A little bit themed because Evo.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. Which we're not watching because right now it's Melee and LOL Melee.
And then we have a lot of mail, actually.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks to you.
Yes. Well,
I looked for that tweet and I couldn't find it.
I literally just threw up like last night. I'm like, yo, send us mail. Anything you want. Let's just please. And I guess we got a couple, so that's good.
So
shall we hop right in?
Sure.
Yeah. You're listed first for your week, so why don't you go on ahead?
Okay, sure. So, games have been playing.
Yes.
Overwatch.
Wow, big surprise. I mean, what?
Well, I tried out the new character Hammond.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like...
I forgot that he wasn't actually out.
He is?
No, like he wasn't before.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was just in the PTR, right?
Yeah. He's like one of probably the most unique hero since launch.
That's good. That's what you need, I feel.
Oh, yeah. He's super fun. Like my friend, I play with him all the time. He's like, and he can't stop like talking about it. It's like, oh my God, this guy's so fun to play as.
Well, like, but you literally made a ball character with a grappling hook. Like... That's just fun. Like, all you need to do is either throw on Monkey Ball or Katamari music, and you are playing the best thing ever.
Yeah, he's really fun. He's really, I'm trying to think of the other things, if there are any other new things in Overwatch, but I think that's Hammond's.
Oh, I saw some of Hammond's sprays are from Gurren Lagann, which is really, really good.
And Hamtaro.
Oh, Hamtaro, too. Yeah, that's good. They put in those good anime references every now and then.
And then, Overwatch League wrapped last weekend?
Yep.
London Spitfire won, so good for them. I'm not esports at all, but I think I might watch next season.
Okay.
Because I want to get into a sports type thing that I can cheer for, you know. But there's no Canadian teams yet, so maybe next season.
Fair enough.
So, other game I've been playing, Octopath Traveler. About 30 hours in now.
Wow. So, where are you at roughly with characters?
I only did one chapter 2 so far.
Okay, so I just got to my first village for a chapter 2.
Yeah.
I put it down for quite a while because I was busy with other stuff, but, yeah.
It's still really fun.
So, okay. Who's your favorite and least favorite characters? Like, story-wise.
Oh, man.
Because I have
a loaded
mine.
Question.
I have mine.
You've probably been thinking about it.
Well, a bit.
I can't,
Okay, number 1 for me, Tressa.
Okay.
I love her. Just the fact that she's so upbeat and all just I'll buy everything. It's awesome. Least favorite, I could not care for Ophelia.
No?
Your Excellence, Your Excellence, Your Excellence, Your Excellence. It's like, oh my... I get what they're going for. And the fact that you fight a Dark Souls boss and her story is just Dark Souls is kind of cool. It's literally, you have to rekindle the first flame, Ophelia. And I'm like, that sounds familiar. And then you fight this giant stone golem. It's like, the guardian of the first flame. And I'm like, that sounds a little familiar.
I was fighting that. And when they usually charge up and they give you a warning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just defend. But what does he do? He explodes or
Pretty
something?
much just explodes.
Kills everyone. That's the only death I've had.
Really?
In the game so far.
Wow.
Yeah. Because whenever I go into bosses, I make sure I'm loaded up on Olives of Life and
well, because it's interesting because when you're going through the first round of getting all the characters, your character, the character who's supposed to be the chapter there, is going to be the lowest level. He's they're going to be the weakest one. You know, where your other party members will be up and up, and yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure everyone's getting balance leveled?
See, I want to do that, but I tried to do that, and I switched out my party, and I kind of put together a bad team composition, and I started walking around, and it was an armor eater, so it's like one of those like armadillo type enemies.
Oh, okay.
He had such huge defense that it took me like a half hour to beat one, and I'm like,
my God.
This sucks, because I had nothing that could hit his weak point,
Yeah.
and I was like, this sucks, but I beat him, and I even tried to capture him with a Hanit there, and it just didn't work. It's like, it was down to like 200 HP, and it had a 4% catch rate. I'm like, that's not happening. There's a lot to that game where it's like, what I need to do is before I go back to the second, because it's kind of done in rings. Like, your first ring is your level 1 story, and then as you go out, that's where all your level 2 stories will be. And then you go out one more, and that's where, like, level 3 and 4 ones are going to be, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that's kind of how it's structured, but I need to go back and go through all the level 1 towns, because you need to analyze or inquire them all, because they all have stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be like,
That's why I got Alphen first.
it'll just be like,
that's not why. But...
you talk to this person, and now you can capture things better as Hanit. Or, now you can haggle better. It's like, that's really good. So
I really got lucky picking Alphen first.
So he was the one you picked as like your permanent party member?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's my favorite too.
You know, so I've heard people not liking his story. I liked his story quite a bit.
Yeah.
I am amazed that this medicinal person can use the execution or the last stand move.
Oh, yeah.
That move is the most powerful thing ever. I'm like, what? You're supposed to be the healer type, and this dude just comes out with an axe and kills them all. I'm like, oh, that's strong.
I've also been like tending to the side quests a lot, doing all the side quests in the town.
I some of those side quests. Yeah, no, I'm like, I'll need to search them up.
I don't have enough time to like, figure it out.
They do not tell you.
No, not at all.
And
sometimes you need to go to like.
Keep going. I'm good.
Sometimes you need to go to like the opposite side of the world map to pick someone up, and then you gotta bring them back.
Oh god, I didn't even think about picking people up as part of side quests. That would definitely explain some of that.
Because in like Boulder Fall, there's this guy who wants to like stop being a thief.
Yeah.
And you gotta go to Primrose's town.
The desert one, yeah.
The desert one. To get a random person in that tavern and then guide them all the way back to Boulder Fall.
That sucks.
Yeah, I did it. It wasn't that hard.
Oh yeah, it's not hard. It's just and can you warp with people in your party?
I haven't tried, but I didn't want to risk it. So.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's. Oh god, it's coming again. I'm good.
You sick or something?
No, I just have a tickle in my throat.
Oh, okay. But yeah, probably going to be like over 100 hours before I finish that.
It's a good old RPG, and I kick my legs up and play it. I'll just grind. It's just fun.
Yeah. Big game I've been like tending to. Just came out Friday. Mm-hmm. WarioWare Gold.
Oh yeah.
Holy man.
So I watched because I couldn't resist. I watched all the cutscenes from that game because I couldn't resist, and also I know I'm probably not gonna have time to play it. I am amazed at how awesome the WarioWare characters are when you kind of watch it because there's like 40 minutes in total of cutscenes.
Yeah.
It's basically like an episode of a TV show. It's really cool.
Oh,
it's really cool.
And the main story, it's like, it's throwaway, but like some of the parts are really
what?
funny.
I would say,
the ending.
the ending's hilarious. But even though it's like throwaway, it's like, it's throwaway in a way that provides a lot of characterization.
Yeah.
And like, you get to see like, how would 9Volt's mom talk to Ashley? You know, you get to see stuff like that. And it just, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, in those last 3 sections, yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. Okay, Mike is the funniest. Mike is the best.
Is that the ninja guy?
No, Mike, the robot with the microphones on his head. He's so funny. I never thought he would be. I thought he'd be the most boring, but he's hilarious.
And then the dubbing over. I did some of them and they were pretty funny. I didn't bring my 2DS, but maybe next time.
Fair enough.
Also, the challenges section where you unlock like just like different types of mini games where it's like Wario can like interrupt you during mini games and you gotta like make sure he puts like a glass of wine in front of the screen,
geez.
And then you gotta tip the system to pour it out.
That's hilarious.
And then other things like that. And they brought back Gamer.
Oh yeah,
from Game & Wario.
Yep.
Holy man, that's terrifying.
I'm sure.
Like in the Wii U version, when you played it, did you have to like set down the?
No, you just held the LNR.
Okay, because that's the same in
Yeah.
2DS or the 3DS version. But yeah, like with the muffled like sounds of the game, and then oh man,
It's so
like,
good. It's so good.
Side note, I really hope that stage comes back in
I
Ultimate.
I think it will.
And then finally, I decided to download the game called Yoku's Island Express. Have you played the demo?
Nope, but I've seen a lot of people saying it's pretty good.
It's really, really good.
Is this the one that's like pinball?
Yeah, it's pinball platforming.
Yeah, so it's a pinball Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's one of the coolest things.
But it's cool. That sounds cool.
Because like there's like just like pinball areas you can go into, and
Yeah.
it's like a pinball like machine.
Yeah, you know what I love? I love me some pinball. I love pinball.
I don't play pinball too much.
See, but I'm a Sonic fan. There's a pinball level in every Sonic game, so
Yes.
some of them are good, some of them are really bad.
So safe to say that's on my wish list now.
Cool.
I'm not going to buy it because like there's so much other stuff.
Man, Switch eShop approaching, what was it, 5,000 games or something?
Oh man.
Like, it's like...
And like me, like the indie scene in that system, it's exposing me so many good games.
Oh, you know what I have another one to add. Okay, I forgot one.
And I do like understand the thing with Nintendo and not wanting to put the virtual console on there because that's what everyone's going to play, and the indie scene's going to like dwindle. And I kind of don't want that to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because the indie games on that system are incredible.
Yeah.
Another game I like recently discovered, I told you about. What was it called? The Rainfall game. The superhero.
Yeah, you told me, and I glanced over it. I didn't see.
It's like a superhero game, and it's like No Man's Sky level of ambition. You can like go around the Earth, and like just randomly. It's like randomly generated.
Huh.
And you can just go in the city, defeat aliens, and make sure you don't kill as many. It's like Man of Steel.
I was gonna say, don't tell Zack Snyder.
But then you can like just go into space and just shoot into space and then come back.
Okay.
And it's like it's coming to Switch, and I'm like, I don't want to buy it yet because like
I'm gonna wait to get it on PC to mod it to be Goku.
It's a PSVR game, so if it's only $20, then it's $30 on the Switch. But I don't want to get on the Switch because not yet anyway, because I want to make sure it runs
Yeah.
like well, because that game just like
Also, that would be cool in VR.
oh yeah for sure. And that's all I've been playing game wise. Watching wise, I've been watching Luke Cage season 2.
Oh yeah.
And it's better than
Is it a booyah or a nah, man?
it's a booyah.
Okay, good.
It's really good so far.
Nice.
Whereas in the first season it kind of dwindled after like the 6th episode.
Yeah.
And it kind of like fell flat. It's just like constantly good.
Good.
Through and through. I'm at the part
Is
where...
this after Defenders?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm at the part where he meets with Iron Fist.
Oh, he's
And
just
all the-
there.
It's like a Heroes for Hire storyline.
Okay.
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently the 10th episode, which I'm on, which I'm about to watch, is like one of the best episodes in the entire like Netflix series.
Oh, cool.
So can't wait to watch that. All right.
All right.
That's it for me.
On to my weeks. So I beat Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on Proud mode. So I guess I should say there's like the difficulty for Kingdom Hearts is kind of weird. Let me explain, okay?
Don't go too in.
No, there's 4. Easy mode.
Easy mode.
You take half damage, but you cannot unlock any post-game content.
Okay.
Normal mode. Normal. And it takes a good amount of effort to unlock post-game content.
Okay.
So you have to get achievements to unlock the post-game content. Proud mode, the one I played. Mm-hmm. Enemies hit harder. You take more damage, obviously. Mm-hmm. But it's balanced pretty well. Like this, I'd say it's hard but doable. And it's not too hard to get everything. Now this is the weird one. Critical mode. You take double damage. Mm-hmm. Enemies take double damage.
Wait, doesn't that just balance things out then?
But there's no item drops.
Is that important?
Well, normally when you kill enemies, they drop health.
Oh.
So, critical mode.
So I guess it doesn't sound like impossible.
So it's weird. It's a weird mode because for some people they say critical is easier than proud because enemies die quicker.
Yeah.
You hit them and they'll die really easily. Like bosses will take
defensive.
Bosses will take like a minute if done right, because they take double damage, right?
Okay.
But so I did on proud and not critical. I then went and tried to do critical on Kingdom Hearts 0.2. Boy, that's difficult. But apparently in Birth by Sleep it's easier. But it's like, so it's weird. But I beat it on proud, the Birth by Sleep there, and it was a very rewarding feeling I got from that. Like, it was difficult but not too difficult. But man, some of those, like, it's weird. What would be more difficult in a hard game? These huge hulking monster bosses or a human? Answer: the human. The human type characters are a million times harder than any giant monster. Because the giant monsters, they like, you hit them and then you can guard, right?
Yeah.
But there's one guy you fight like 4 times in Birth by Sleep. And his whole thing is, at any time during you comboing him, he can just say, hey, too slow, and teleport behind you and hit you. And it's like, wow.
Nothing personnel.
That's literally what he's like. But like and like one of the characters is fine because her guard, it's a 360-degree like shield around her. So like, that's fine, you can guard. You're playing as one of the other characters whose guard is just in front of them. Whoops, you're gonna take damage. It's like, oh man. But it was good. It was a rewarding experience. I don't think I'm gonna play another one on proud or critical until I get to 2, because I've heard doing it for the other games sucks. But it was a good challenge. It was fun.
Okay.
So the secret ending of the game was actually not in the original North American release. It was only in the Japan only re-release. But now when they brought it back for HD, they let us play it. There's some big things in there that it's like, wow, yeah, there's a reason people imported this. My favorite thing is just one scene where like the main character, Aqua, hears the name Sora and she starts crying for no reason. She's like, I literally have no idea why I'm crying. And then it shows like everyone on Earth, like not everyone on Earth, but all the characters from every other Kingdom Hearts game say the name Sora, and then a tear drops and they're like, I don't know why I'm crying. And it's like, it's the weirdest thing, but I love it. It's so stupid. It's my favorite. It's wonderful. The other thing I've been playing is quite on the opposite side of the spectrum. Resident Evil 4. I think I discovered another favorite game of all time for me.
Really?
It's really good. I did get through the one room that was labeled as so infamous people had to drop the game for playing. It's for those of you who will cringe when I hear the word, the water room. It's just it's like, what if we take, it's like how do I put this? So there's more zombies than zombies, but there's more enemies than I'd say normal in Resident Evil 4, right? Like there's more than you'd think. You fight crowds of them, right?
Okay.
This room is like a Muso room.
Oh my god.
There's so many of these dudes, and every time you progress to like do one part of the puzzle, more waves respawn. Like, by the end of that, I was like, I have no ammo, which sucks because you need ammo, right? Yeah. I eventually got through it just through some very, like, I was playing around. I'm like, okay, let's try. There's like enemies with like these giant like riot shields, and you're like, how do I get through those? And I discovered, with the sniper rifle, if you just aim where their heads are, it will go through, it will shatter the shield and get a headshot on them. And I'm like, oh, okay. That game's really good. That game is really, really good.
Did you play Resident Evil 7 last year? With
you, yeah.
But did you play it?
No.
No? Okay.
It's weird because I can... So Resident Evil, like, 1, 2, and 3 are like this, and 0, but they're like the same sort of top, camera in a place, and, camera in the corner of the room, and you control with tank controls, right? This is the first one that does like the behind the shoulder action game kind of way.
Okay.
And it is the best one, despite 5 and 6 also being that. It's weird. This makes me so excited for the Resident Evil 2 remake though, because looking at footage of it, it is Resident Evil 4 style. And also it's the same character. It's Leon.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. Resident Evil 4's tone is amazing. it's like a dumb action movie. Like, number one, you're in Spain, and all the characters are, like, speaking, like, stereotypical, like, Mexicans, and that's weird and fun.
Yeah.
But then you have, like, Leon, who, when getting this big speech from the bad guy, will be like, no way, bro. And I'm like, really? And then at one point, he's like, the bad guy's like, I sent my right hand after you. And he's like, Leon's like, your right hand comes off?
Oh my god.
Like, he's a dork. He's such a dork. And, like, there's, like, button prompts for jumping out windows of buildings just to do it whenever. Like, it has, like, a dumb action movie feel to it, and I'm loving it.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's serious at times, but for the most part, it's just, like, lighter in a good way. Like, I'm loving it. I am about halfway through it, I've been told. Okay. So, I'm recording it for YouTube, but as of this point, like, I haven't even uploaded a single episode, because it's just like, A, I'm waiting for other stuff to finish, and B, I can't stop playing it. So I probably missed some important stuff, you know, way back when, but, no, it's fun. Cool. And the other game that I picked up when it was on sale was Enter the Gungeon. That game's fun.
It is?
When I was told, like, I really like Binding of Isaac. I think it's a fun sort of pick up and play sort of game. But wow, this game is just Isaac, but better. It's like, it's Isaac, but you always feel in control of your character.
It's twin stick, right?
So it is. Yeah, it's like a twin stick, cool. But you also have a dodge roll.
Oh, yeah.
Which you can jump through bullets. It's also, I'd say, a bullet hell. There's, like, even, like, the first level bosses are fill the screen with bullets sort of stuff.
The expansion is already... already own the Dungeons and
Dragons. It's just added to it.
Yeah.
It's just, like...
Is it, like, a separate thing, or is it, like...
So, you can... It's not separate. Like, it builds onto the base game. It just adds more...
Guns?
More guns, more bosses, more room types, that sort of stuff.
Is it like a roguelike, or...?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a roguelike, yeah.
There's no, like, set story, like...
There is. It's dumb though. It's
don't spoil.
No, there's multiple characters, and they all have their own unique like final boss and end story. So to beat it, you have to beat all their final bosses, and then it concludes their story, right?
Okay.
But like for instance, the guns are randomized that you get. I got the Mega Buster. It's literally it was called like the Mega Blaster, and it's literally the Mega Buster. And when you use it, you charge up, and it makes like the charging sound, and you fire big blue pixelated bullets. Like it's obvious, which is fun. The first boss I fought was what's the guy from Metal Gear Solid 1 with the bird? Vulcan Raven, right? Yes. It was Gatling Pigeon, and it's a bird and it's like a recreation of the room from MGS1, and like you beat him, and all these pigeons come and eat his butt. Like it's so blatant, but it's fun. It's really fun. I have not gotten past like the third level of the dungeon because it's tough, right?
Yeah.
It does have the thing where it's like every time you get further, you unlock stuff that will help you get further. Like you have a currency that helps. It's cool. It's really dope.
And it's multiplayer too.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's fun. It's great. Definitely going to play that more. And it was like super cheap.
Yet another indie that we have to play on the Switch.
Yeah, for sure. So I watched 3 new anime that I'm going to quickly go into right here. Okay?
You already covered Cells at Work, so.
Did I?
Yeah, last week you did.
Did I cover Cells at Work?
Not last week, but last episode
you did. I actually? Okay.
You did.
Well,
because it was like Osmosis Jones.
Right, yeah. I'm still watching that. That's amazing. There was an interview with like a bio professor, and he's like, yeah, this is really weird, but good. Like, it's covering it scarily accurately. Another one I watched was Chio's School Road. Okay, let me lay the stage for you. It's an entire show about a girl who's late to school, and she needs to get there fast. So what does she do? She uses her skills at Western video games to find different ways of getting there. The first episode was, I spent all last night playing Creed of the Assassin. You know what? I should cut off my one finger and replace it with a knife. Maybe I'm an assassin. And she's like climbing rooftops and she's like, and then at one point she's like, there's like this jerk who, there's a kid's balloon stuck in the tree and the mom's like, can you please help my sons get the balloon? And this guy's like, yeah, if you give me money. I'm not going to help your son unless you pay me. What do I look like? Some Samaritan? Give me money. And he's like, yeah, I'll take $3,000.
Oh my God.
And she's like, it's a balloon. It's okay. And so then the girl who's the assassin does like a jump on his head. And it's so stupid. But I'm watching it dubbed because I was like bored. I'm like, I want something on in the background. And oh my God, they have so much fun with it. Like, it's just screaming at times. It's so funny.
Nice.
I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, the whole thing is I spend all night playing, and it's specifically Western video games. Like, you watch and it's like, yeah, she's just playing Assassin's Creed or she's just playing Counter-Strike. Like, it's so funny. And then the other one I started watching, which is a huge guilty pleasure. It's called Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Boy, this is just fan service. It's okay. I like the premise.
Fan service in what way?
Anime fan service. Boobaroos everywhere.
Okay.
That's what the original term for fan service came from. It was just like, oh no, my shirt came off. Like, it's horrible. But like, the premise is cool. Okay, so there's this guy. He's an exorcist, right? But he spent all his time in exorcist school only focusing on the physical aspect of exorcism. Meaning, the only way he can exorcise ghosts is just by punching them really hard. And so he'll like see a ghost and he's just like, just his hands like glowing white with fire and he just decks him, right? and he's like, don't worry, the ghost is gone. It's like, is that really an exorcism? You actually sent him just flying. He's like, don't worry, it'll also get rid of the ghost. But so then he goes to this hotel, which is, or this hot springs. And he's like, look, the rent here is $10 a month. He's like, I can't pass up this deal. And they're like, oh, but the place is haunted. And he's like, that's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about it. So he goes there. He's like, I'm just gonna go punch this ghost so hard. And then I have a $10 a month rent. Like, oh my God. And it's like 100 yen, so I can, or 1,000 yen, so I just can, but it's like $10, right? So he goes there and he's like, okay, where's this ghost? Don't see it. I'm gonna go to the hot springs. And then the ghost appears in the hot springs. But the ghost is a cute girl.
Oh my God.
And he's like, damn it, I can't punch a woman. I will never hear the end of this.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's like, I literally can't punch a woman. And so then it becomes a thing of like, oh, but it's okay because she's nice. And, you know, and then it turns out that everyone at the hot springs who's also staying there are just like freaks. It's like a girl who's actually a cat.
Okay.
There's an ogre who's just there.
Hello there.
Yeah, no, not that ogre. There's, of course, there's like a little girl, and she's actually like 5,000 years old, so it's okay. It's horrible. It's the worst. But it's like, it reminds me of being a kid and going to the anime section of like Blockbuster and just finding something and grabbing it as a child and it being just like the most degenerate
this is
garbage ever.
Anime trash.
It is anime trash, and I'm be real, I'm loving it. Like, it's one of those things where I'm watching this, I'm like, this is horrible. It's bad for me.
What does that mean?
Like, it's bad. There's no women respecting going on, really. But it's like, there's something about harem garbage in anime that just fills me with a nostalgic feeling. And so I'm watching this and I'm like, you know what? I can dig. I can chill. Weird thing though.
Oh God.
Weird thing. Like, this is so hilarious. Like, every episode starts with the ghost girl losing her clothing. Every single one. And of course she's a ghost, so she doesn't wear underwear. I mean, that's weird. Like, or it'll be like, hi, good morning, all my fellow people living in this house. Oh no, I tripped and grabbed all of your boobs. Like, it's like, it's like, uh-oh. And then, of course, through him being this accidental but horrible pervert, it's like, what if I actually like him because he's a massive pervert? And he's like, no, it's okay. I got the hots for this ghost. It's so like, it's bad. It's trash, but it fills me with
like what this like style.
Okay.
Like, what it just looks like.
So it's just, I like it. But the weird thing is, but the original manga airs in I'd say go into incognito.
Yeah,
good idea.
that's what I'm doing.
It originally, the manga is from Shonen Jump, like as in the 4 kids manga that like One Piece and Naruto is in. So that's weird. Okay, yeah, take a look here.
Your Wi-Fi.
My Wi-Fi sucks in this corner.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's anime trash. If I've ever seen it.
That's the ogre. She has the biggest boobs, and she's also always drunk. Because of course, it's, you know what, is pretty bad. I would not recommend this. But again, it's weird because the manga itself is from Shonen Jump, which is weird because it's not for kids at all. Like, this isn't the same thing a kid would go... Do you know what Shonen Jump is?
No.
Okay, so imagine, like, if all the weekly Marvel comics were bought in, like, a 300-page book.
Oh, so a compendium.
Well, kind of, but it's, like, it's weekly. So every week you go, and you flip through, and you get, like, 2 chapters of Dragon Ball, 2 chapters of One Piece. The weekly comics, but in a big catalog each week.
That's convenient.
Oh, it's nice. I really think Marvel Comics should do that. Like, it's a really good system. But the weird thing is, it's, like, for kids in Japan, but
then there's...
this is in it, and like the manga is uncensored, which is just weird. But you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna. Maybe
anime is weird.
I
weird.
think
that's just the thing we have to take away from this whole thing.
It's great. Oh, and then I talked about Dropkick last week. That was another that's like trash. Did I talk about Dropkick last week?
I think so. Yes.
About the demon girl. It's just Wile E. Coyote anime, which is I talked about that.
Yeah.
I love anime, and of course I'm watching My Hero still, but that's actually good. So
okay,
news.
Let's get
time.
right into the news.
Let's get right into the news. I'll start.
Break something.
I'm not gonna break something.
We have to break something every
time.
time.
I'm not gonna break something.
That's our announcement.
There's nothing to break in here. This room is full of. How much pencils are worth as a teacher?
Not that much.
Yeah, a lot. Kids are always breaking pencils in it. I'm like, I was one time in class, a kid just in front of me broke a pencil. I'm like, why did you do that? He's like, because I wanted to. And I'm like, why? That's like, you're just... Okay.
Put the Bane mask on and say, I'll break you.
It would be very painful. For pencils.
Okay.
Okay, news.
News.
Castlevania Season 2 trailer came out. Boy, they did something I wasn't expecting. So this is an adaptation of Castlevania 3 for the NES, right? They're actually putting in characters from, like, the PlayStation 2 era. Like, they're actually mixing it into some really cool plot stuff with, like, yeah, this character's around at this time. Put him in, They actually show, like... You can tell the people working on it are fans. Because, for instance, there's one shot in the trailer of Alucard just standing in, like, this cathedral. And what's in front of him? The save point from Symphony of the Night. Like, the big, dumb save points that are, like, these big floating orb things. Yeah, he's just standing in front of it. He's just saving his game. Like, it's fine. Like, it's 100% being worked on by fans. And it's good. So this season is going to be 8 episodes as opposed to the 4. Well, because it was originally just a movie that they cut up into 4 episodes. But this one's going to be 8, and they've already confirmed a season 3 with another 8 is on its way. So It's like, awesome. Cannot wait for October. It's going to be great.
October.
Yes.
Fitting.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You're up. My turn.
Yep.
Let's get the Overwatch news out of the way.
Yep.
Summer Games is coming back August 7th. They've already shown 2 skins off. Yes. Have you seen them?
I've seen Diva's bare feet.
Of course you have.
Shout outs to that guy who has been banging on the forums. In the end, he won.
So you know that meme where it's like the wrestler guy who's like who gets more interested as the pictures go on?
Yeah. Oh, that's Vince McMahon.
That's his name.
He's getting more and more flustered.
First shot is just the mech with her.
Yeah.
And then it's her her with like, out of the mech.
Yeah.
And then it's her with the heart shaped close up, and then the fourth one is her feet.
Of course. Then he falls.
The Reinhardt one is really cool.
I like the Reinhardt one. That's
it's like a
smart.
football uniform.
That's really smart. I mean, heck, he has a tackle. Like, that's cool. That's really cool.
They didn't show like a good shot of his hammer, but pretty sure it's.
I want it to be a big football.
Probably is going to be
just swinging around a big dumb football.
People are saying that's like his best skin already.
No, he has a Gurren Lagann one. That's really good.
Which one's that?
That's like the demon one, but it's like red.
Oh,
his base game.
Oh, base
like
game,
like
okay.
Legendary or whatever, where it's like red looking. It's literally just Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, I think I know.
It's really good.
Okay. So I think they're like revealing skins every second day. So tomorrow we're gonna get a new one. Hopefully we get a Reaper one, but since we got a one last year, the biker one, maybe not. But I can always hope. Lucio Ball's coming back.
Good.
To the people are actually pissed about this.
Why?
People are saying that they want new. We're in the third year of Overwatch.
Yeah.
And people want new stuff instead of bringing back. Because the second year was all about bringing back the old events, but building upon them.
Yeah.
Now people want like new stuff, right? Like,
I mean,
bring Lucio Ball back, but like maybe throw in a Wrecking Ball. People want like bowling or like some sort of sport.
I still think Wrecking Ball racing would be the best. But...
that too, like maybe next year, like, but so a map called Busan was leaked.
That's a real place too.
Yeah. But I'm saying like the map itself, it was like leaked prior to this announcement. People were like hyped because there was like a new map. It's going to be like a full-fledged like payload or capture map. It's a Lucio Ball map.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, people are pissed. But oh well. Summer Games isn't my favorite event, but
fair enough.
It's it comes with like some of the best skins, I think.
Yep.
Because last year's Sombra's skin with the Tulum. Here's Scuba Suit.
I don't even remember that.
No?
Nope. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. All right. So,
back to you.
Back to me. We got some Digimon news.
I sleep.
Hey, man. I love Digimon. So we got a new game announced, Digimon Survive.
Is this a mobile game?
No, it is a Switch, PS4, PC, like a full console game. Plays like Fire Emblem. So moving around units on a map. It's very post-apocalyptic. It literally shows the protagonist waking up in a school and everything is dead around him, and like it's those shots of post-apocalyptic stuff where it's like plants are growing on everything inside. Yeah. So it's like we're going for that, right? Apparently it's supposed to be super melancholic, super very much like characters will die. This is like end of the world, like SMT sort of stuff. So I'm really excited for that. It uses like a sprite style system instead of the 3D models, and it looks really cool.
Release date?
No release date yet, but this is more important in my eyes. Not only did it get like right away as soon as it got the Japanese announcement, we got a Western announcement.
Nice.
So like they confirmed like this is coming west. Don't worry. And I'm like, thank you, because I was worried. I always worry nowadays. But in Japan it's just PS4 and Switch, but in America it's going to be PS4, Switch, Xbox, and PC. So because they don't play on PC or Xbox, so why make those versions? They also confirmed a new, I said season, but something of the original Digimon series is coming back. So they did the movie sequels pretty recently, but they showed off new artwork of the main characters. In this artwork, they're like 22 and 24. Like this is now the characters as adults, right? So that's something I love about Digimon, that like Ash, always 10 years old, always will be. That's just how it is, right? Digimon treats growing up as like an important aspect of life. So they have the characters growing up, and like you get to see how they change, and like how like some of them stop being friends. Like the main cast of characters, just some of them just stop being friends with each other because
that's life.
That's life, right? And I love that about Digimon.
Nice.
It's the difference between Digimon and Pokemon is like about the creatures. Like you could get rid of the characters or replace them and no one cares. Digimon is about the people and their relations through the Digimon as a catalyst. Like, and I love that. Like for instance, the relationships between all the parents of the kids is a whole other thing. You have parents who like, I don't want you hanging out with that kid. Or you have parents who are like, I don't care about my kid. You know, and seeing how like there's like a divorced family, there's, you know, like it's the Digimon is so deep for the actual character relations, and I love that. So that's why I'm really excited for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. A story I didn't put on here, but I'm going to throw in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like Western Eastern, but Windjammers was announced for Switch.
That is Western. That is Western.
Western?
Oh,
Okay.
no, that might be from Japan. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure.
either way, Windjammers.
I just got it on PS4 for $2.
Oh my god, Windjammers is so cool. I'm going to get it on Switch.
Yeah.
Because it's just, Windjammers is so... That's an old arcade game. That's an old arcade game that people begged for years to get a re-release. And look like, where we're at.
Everything now.
It's the best.
Nice. I don't know. I haven't played it before, so...
It's dope.
Nice.
It's a classic for sure.
Cool. Back to you.
So we got,
Dum, dum,
yes.
dum, dum, dum.
Taiko no Tatsujin, we're getting 2 games. Drum and Fun and Drum Session. Drum and Fun for the Switch, and Drum Session for the PS4. So some people are confused, like, why... Like, this is pretty much them releasing, like, 5 and 6. Like, the PS4 one came out a couple years ago. The Switch one just came out. So they're bringing them both over at the same time.
Okay.
But they are very different games.
How so?
The PS... Like, number one, the track lists only have about 5 tracks that are the same. They're completely different track lists. The songs you drum to, completely different aside from a couple, like, mainstays, right?
Okay.
The PS4 version focuses a lot on customizing your little drum guy, so you'll get parts to customize him, and you'll get sounds, and you'll get other stuff, so when you hit, it plays different sounds. The Switch version doesn't have customization. Well, because on PS4, the little drum guy, Don-chan, is a 3D model, so you get to, like, see him there in 3D. On the Switch version, they're all 2D, but instead you unlock alternate playable characters.
Oh, okay.
So you can get, like, all the different Don-chans and characters from Taiko no Tatsujin. You can get, like, Kirby. You can get, like, Mario. You can, because it's a Nintendo, on Nintendo, right? So they got all the Nintendo stuff, including Nintendo songs, of course. So they're very different games with very different track lists. The only problem is, as of right now, they're not planning to bring over the drum controller.
That's fine.
That's a deal breaker for some people because
Really?
The drum control. It's sort of like, imagine if they released Guitar Hero without the guitar controller, and you'd have to play it with the buttons on a controller.
But no, the Switch version, you can do the...
So that's the thing. The Switch version you can use, and they actually say using the Joy-Cons to play works really well. And they say like
HD Rumble probably.
That's a solid alternative. Is the Switch one, right? Yeah. But one of the big things is like in
PS4
arcades
version.
and stuff. On PS4 version, yeah. But in arcades and stuff, that's the whole gimmick. Is like the drum that they release for home is small. Like it's about the size of a small plate. But you go to the arcade one and it's a full size drum, and you're hitting this thing, and it's so it's the most fun, right? So
that's fair.
For now, they're not looking like they're bringing it over. You can of course import them, but they are expensive and kind of starting to become rare. I think they said they're going to release more though. But no, these are definite both purchases for me. I'll probably get the drum for the PS4 version, but I think on Switch, people have said like the Joy-Con controllers work really well too, because HD Rumble and just the feedback of hitting the drums, right?
I'm probably going to get the Switch version.
Yeah, no, it's
just
awesome.
To test the waters and see what the game's all about.
I love it's it was called Taiko Drum Master before, but it's now Taiko no Tatsujin, which is a Japanese name. I have it on PS2. We can play it later.
Maybe.
It's great. But yeah, no, I'm happy those are back. Oh, and also, did you see the thing I put up on Twitter that I found at the Rec Room at West Edmonton Mall has Mario Kart Arcade GX with Don-chan in it. Like
I didn't see that, no.
The newest Mario Kart Arcade game.
Who's Don-chan?
The drum from Taiko Drum Master.
Oh. Oops.
Yeah, he has Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Don-chan, a Tamagotchi, and then like there's
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, because it's by Namco.
Oh, I guess.
And it's it has 50 items, cart fusions.
Oh my god.
It has alternate costumes for characters which you unlock. So like full on just alternate costumes for everyone. It's super dope. So we got to go one day because that version is apparently awesome. And it takes a video of your face as you're playing, and when you get hit by items and you grimace, it pops up on the screen.
Huh.
Like, when you hit someone, you see their reaction.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
Huh.
Okay.
Back to the West.
Yes.
Spider-Man for the PS4 has gone gold, finally.
Yes, it has. Classic Spider-Man costume, too.
Yep. Looks great. Have you seen the... did you see the announcement tweet?
Yes, I did.
Him sitting behind the desk, the good old meme.
You know what? That's been used so much by Marvel and all them that it's like, they know. It's good.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of, like, coverage. I haven't watched it because I kind of want to, like...
Yeah, at this point, you've seen enough and you want to go in, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to...
Fair enough. When's that come out again?
Mid-September, I think.
Okay, that's not too far. Nice.
September 14th?
Okay.
Around there.
Yeah, nice.
Looking forward to it.
Cool.
Back to you.
So they showed off some more stuff from the Kill la Kill fighting game, Kill la Kill If, and it has possibly the coolest thing a video game has ever done in a fighting game. So, you know the clash button in Injustice? You know where like they go together and they talk? Yeah. Imagine that, but specifically, you're trying to trash talk the opponent. And if you drop the hottest like trash talk to them, you get buffs and they get hurt. So like you will be fighting and then you will hit each other and you will clash with like the thing where like the swords hit together and their faces are up close and they'll be like, "You're nothing but a pig in human clothing." And it's like, "It takes one to know one." And then it's like 300% trash talk combo. And it's like, so
oh my God,
that's the coolest thing ever. So I'm really excited for that because that sounds so dope.
And it's called Kill la Kill If?
Yes.
What's the if mean?
That's a common Japanese subtitle for like
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem Fates if. Shin Megami Tensei if is Persona 0 pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It's a common one. It does stand for something. I think it's like internalized fibers or something, but it's mostly because it's a what if story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You do it again because I'm running out of stories.
Fair enough. So, surprisingly, not the only story involving this character. They showed off TERRY BOGARD for SNK Heroines, but through the magic of portals, Terry's now a girl.
What?
You haven't seen that?
I saw the character. I saw her.
Yeah, so...
But I didn't know she was a guy.
Wait, what?
Before.
So you don't know TERRY BOGARD from the King of Fighters. So that's him normally. That's Terry.
Okay.
And this is how he looks like in King of in SNK Heroines.
Why?
So through pocket dimension stupidity, Terry's looking like that. So it's SNK Heroines, right? So instead of saying, "Hey, let's put in a character from Metal Slug," let's just put in Terry, but a girl. The whole internet loves her. It's the best. It's weird, but you know what? I can't even be mad. We have more on Terry though as things go on, but you can continue now.
Go with Terry again.
Sure. So
then we'll have the same amount of stories.
Yes, TERRY BOGARD was announced for another fighting game. He was announced to be in Fighting EX Layer as a guest character. Now, here's why this is weird. Fighting EX Layer is canon to Street Fighter, because that was Street Fighter EX before it was this, right? Then they broke off Street Fighter in the EX series. So now Terry's here, which has a problem of, okay, so I guess SNK and Capcom's universes are just together. And then you remember, wait a second, Geese from King of Fighters like Terry and Akuma are both in Tekken. Meaning, so like, we got this video game fighting multiverse going, right? It's awesome. This actually made me go and just immediately buy Fighting EX Layer because I'm like, it's so cool seeing him in this art style and everything. I'm super excited. It's coming next month. But yeah, all the EVO news so far has been TERRY BOGARD.
What was that Arc Sys announcement?
They literally said, yeah, the producer for Guilty Gear isn't here, but there's another Guilty Gear coming. And he left the stage. That's it. And I'm like, that sucked.
better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, but honestly, even if it was a logo, something.
Not even a logo?
No, nothing. He just said, "Yep, he's working on something Guilty Gear. Bye." I'm like, that sucked. And then the only other thing that they had was they showed off the trailers for the last batch of like season 1 of what's it called? BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Here's the thing. They already data mined all those characters. So like people have been playing them for weeks, right? Like it's whatever. The only thing is then they showed off, because like the logo is like the 4 colored squares, one for each series. They showed a 5th one, a pink one. So they said one more fate will cross soon. And so people are guessing what it's going to be. A lot of people think Senran Kagura because there's Senran Kagura voice calls in the game. Like the announcer going, Asuka, Yumi, like characters from Senran Kagura, right? Some people think it's Love Live, the idol game, because they said that they want to do a idol fighting game. Could be, but otherwise that's it so far. I mean, we have Dragon Ball later. That's the last Arc Sys game at Evo, but till then, we don't know if they're going to announce anything else, and we'll see. It's a bit of a shame. They were really hyping up these announcements, and there's nothing. So
you don't get your hopes up.
Oh, my hope wasn't, like, I'm not super disappointed, but I'm disappointed, but it's fine.
All right.
Okay. You're next.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so Sony decided to drop another Venom trailer the other day, and they went all in with like the showing Venom off and all that, and he looks okay.
You excited for those shots to be the only Venom shots in the entire movie?
No.
Do the Godzilla approach of, look at all this Venom. Just kidding. He's only in it for 20 minutes.
They showed like the symbiote like come off of him and like the actual like
cool.
other head.
Oh, that's cool.
To him, like in the comics. There's a shot in the trailer where like he jumps in front of the camera and like if you pause it, you can see like the blue and red sides of him.
Cool. Looking like the animated series. That's cool.
That's cool. They showed Riot off near the end of the trailer.
Cool.
The silver symbiote.
Yeah.
Also a female symbiote. I don't know what her name was.
That's Screech, I think.
It wasn't the full body symbiote. She just like
but
shooting spikes.
They have all the different symbiotes there from the comic that they all fuse together later. It's stupid.
People are complaining about the sense of humor Venom has.
What?
Have you seen the trailer?
No.
Well, at the end, he's in a convenience store. He's venomized.
Yeah.
And he's holding this like thief.
Yeah.
He's trying to like steal from the cashier. And he's like, I'm gonna bite your arms off, and I'm gonna bite your legs off, and I'm gonna bite your head off, and then you'll be like a turd in the wind. And he smiles.
That is super on point for Venom in my eyes. That's like,
who says turd anymore? Who wrote this?
The super gritty Venom is only a thing that like exists in their heads. You look at Spider-Man, the animated series, you look at Spider-Man for the PS1, he's cracking jokes just like the best of them, right? Like, cause that's what he is. He has the overconfidence that like Peter had when he had the suit, but it's because it's being put into another person, whoever the host is, like it's multiplied, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's super on point. And that's just them complaining that it's not Old Man Logan 2. Even that had humor in it.
And then, there are a few CGI fest shots with Riot like ripping. You know that famous shot with Carnage ripping Eddie and the Venom apart?
No.
Well, there's one like that, and it did that shot, and then there was like a big giant shot of them like ripping each other apart, and you could see like Eddie and the Riot symbiote guy.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're like ripping, and there's just symbiotes everywhere, and it's like Venom's head is like back and all that.
That's cool.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be like a fun movie, but I'm not banking on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I also want to like mesh this in as well because it relates to this whole like Sonyverse. Kraven's going to be getting a movie.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Why?
Whatever.
I wanted Kraven in the MCU. Kevin Feige's probably like, stop it.
But here's the thing: the movie has to come out first. And they've announced a lot of Spider-Man villain movies that
just two more after. Morpheus?
No,
Morbius and Kraven. That's it.
And Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Oh, they're not really like villains.
Black Cat is I would only classify
Black Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Cat and Silver Sable.
She's not. I wouldn't classify Black Cat as a villain.
What would you classify her as?
As a sometimes ally.
Yeah, she's okay.
I guess that was Venomous too.
Would you say
Venomous.
Catwoman is a Spider-Man villain? I mean, sorry,
Catwoman.
whoa, Batman villain. Would you say Catwoman is a Batman villain?
No, I wouldn't.
See, I would, because most of the time, yeah, they work together occasionally, but so does Spider-Man with every villain. You know, like they always work together sometimes.
I guess. And Silver Sable, like I don't know much about
I
it.
know nothing about Silver Sable.
She's just guns.
Yeah. I think it's only because they wanted the title Black and Silver, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a pretty cool title.
I mean, other than that, if this movie falls flat, then like they're probably just gonna scrap it.
Yep. You mean like what they've done a million times with the Spider? Oh, yeah, we're gonna make Sinister 6 movies. We're gonna make Spider-Man 4,
I was
5,
actually
6.
looking forward to that, and then and then they announced Spider-Man in the MCU. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
No, bye.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, so there was a big Senran Kagura news.
Is this the anime garbage one?
What do you
Am I
mean?
thinking of the
ninjas girls? The boobies flying everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the one I was...
Yeah. So they had a big stream for it on YouTube announcing a bunch of new stuff. Fun thing, by the end, like it was about like 5 minutes till the end, and YouTube took it down for nudity. So you know they got through it, but it was pretty bad. They announced a new anime season, so that's good. Based on the mobile game, so good. I don't have to play that. They showed off the first footage from Senran Kagura 7 Evan, so like 7 replacing the S and then Evan, which is supposed to be the last in like the series, if you will. It's supposed to be the big conclusion. They showed off new character models, which like doesn't seem crazy, but you realize they haven't upgraded character models since like the DS day, the 3DS days. Like they have not upgraded the models ever. It's like showing off real HD models. It's like, yeah, that looks good. And then they announced, they showed footage off the Nintendo Switch game Peach Ball. So you know how we were talking about pinball?
Yeah.
What if you played pinball on the girls' bodies?
Oh my god.
And that's getting a physical release along with the visual novel Switch game, so you'll be able to get them all together. Good series. Great series. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Go on.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. Another piece of Marvel news. The rest of it's going to be Marvel.
Pretty much.
Daredevil's confirmed to have a 3rd season in this year. So we have Iron Fist coming out in September, which leaves Daredevil in the either December or late November.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be December.
Yeah.
Because of the whole like being reborn thing and like...
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, never mind.
Just can't drop that on me, dude.
Never mind.
What? Are you saying Daredevil's Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior?
No. I'm just not going to say anything.
Fair enough.
But can't wait for it because Daredevil is like amazing.
I think that's the one that a lot of people think is the best usually.
The best one, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Bullseye is like confirmed.
Oh, cool.
Basically confirmed.
Yeah, he was good in the Daredevil original movie.
Like, is Bullseye like the Joker?
No, because he's actually...
Or is that Kingpin?
No, he's actually usually a good guy.
Bullseye?
Yeah.
Really?
He's actually way more often a good guy than a bad guy.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, he's always a bad guy in his first appearances, and then it's like, oh, it's a misunderstanding, we'll fight together.
Okay.
Like, he's more often than not a good guy.
Cool.
Okay.
That's it for Daredevil.
And did you see Persona Q2 stuff?
I didn't see the trailer, but I saw like shots.
Okay, so yeah, Persona Q2. I think it's called like New Shadow Cinema or something like that. So it's movie sort of aesthetic going for it. Very clearly takes place during the casino chapter of Persona 5. Because reasons, because certain characters are there, because certain things haven't been undone yet, you know, so it's like, it just like how it takes place during like one part of Persona 4 and then like during one part of Persona 3. So it takes place when like the whole party's together and everything's good for all the Personas, right? It's gonna be a Portal story. It's gonna be, oh no, hey, you know, here we are in the casino dungeon. Oh no, we fell into a warp hole. And then by the end of the game, it's gonna be, wow, we all fell asleep together. Weird. Don't remember a thing. Let's continue. It's what it's going to be. It's not going to be super important to the canon, but it does look really cool because it does show off pretty much like the whole cast from 4, 5, and 3, including the optional female protagonist from the Persona 3 portable game. So
people were like upset about that.
No, they're happy. She's finally remembered. They never remember her. But no, so it's looking to be another dungeon crawler.
You gonna get it?
Probably, yeah. Because I mean, it's fun in a it's like Persona Light. You get small social link stuff, a lot of good, funny character interaction. Like, I know some people hate it, but they super play up character traits. Like,
I saw someone like saying like Ryuji's gonna like freak out when they see like Persona 3 characters shooting themselves in the head.
Yeah, no. So it's like what they do is, because it's just kind of a dumb like crossover fan service game, and you have so many characters, and a lot of them are like the same. Like, you have like the silent main character, the best friend, you know, who's they're all the same, right? So what do? They exaggerate certain character traits. So like Akihiko, who was just kind of quiet and athletic in Persona 3, is like, "You're gonna get my protein powder on." Can't get those gains. And then, so like, you know, and then like Chie, who like, it has a few scenes in Persona 4 where she's like, yeah, I love to eat meat. It's so good. It's like, she'll literally be like, steak. So it's like, and like, at one point, the robot is like, so she tells a bad joke, and they're like, don't say that again. And it's like, all right. And then it shows like deleting folder jokes, folder puns, folder pun.007.avi. And it sounds like they super play up this stupid character trait stuff. And I think that is so fun and funny. Some people hate it because they say it takes away the character development and the gravity of the situation. I'm like, I don't care. Like, we're gonna get Ryuji freaking out at stuff. We're gonna get Anne being so conscious about her weight and body that she's gonna be like, oh my god, there's chocolate everywhere, I'm gonna die. You know, we're gonna get Yusuke just being a freak. We're gonna get him going up to all the cast being like, I'm going to paint you naked. You know, we're gonna get a Haru being a weird sadist, just like killing shadows, and everyone's like, is she okay? Just like, I just love the blood on me. You know, it's like, we're gonna get Futaba being an absolute memer. She's gonna be there saying all the keks and everything. So it's like, we're gonna get more.
Is Goro in?
So that's why I said it takes place during the casino chapter. Goro is there.
Okay,
so
that's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be good.
I'm gonna pick it up.
So yeah, no, it's very much not going to be important for the main story. It's just going to be fun character interactions, and the one thing that is cool is every character can have 2 personas in this.
Cool.
So like, not only does everyone have their main persona, so as they level up, they get like their persona stuff, but everyone can equip a sub persona that allows them to get other skills. So like, you're not super confined for everyone. Like, the whole thing is, it's important that the main character in Persona games can use any persona. Like, that's supposed to be important. But they're like, no, it's okay. You all get Joker cards here. Go ahead. Have fun.
Cool.
So no, it looks fun. Looks cool.
Another Persona thing tidbit rumor that you also saw.
Yep.
The dancing games have like a release date of December of this year.
That'd be nice.
Oh,
I think it's possible.
They said it was 2019, so...
You know what? They could bump it up if they realized, oh, hey, no, we're good.
Cool.
We'll see. It could also just be a temp release date. They do that sometimes.
All right.
Okay.
Do yours, the last story of yours next? Because, like, mine, I'm going to be diving into the spoilers for Infinity War, so for the people who haven't seen it, I'll let them
start. Fair enough. So the Smash Bros. Week 8 update.
I just threw this in here because we needed to talk.
Fair enough.
The Galaga medley.
Okay, Galaga medley
gives me nostalgia.
Well, because you know the guy who did it, he did Brawl remixes. Yeah. That's dope. That's really cool.
Man, Smash Ultimate music.
So here's the thing. I've definitely heard people say like, this sounds more like a Pac-Maze song than a Pac-Land song. So we'll get. I think Pac-Land will be back. I mean Pac-Maze. Because I just feel like it's a really popular stage, and like it would also people are like, it doesn't make sense because he'd be the only one with like 2 stages. I'm like, no, we're gonna get Windy Hill back too.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
Like, I mean,
we'll see, because
it's gonna be fun to play on a good Pac-Man.
We gotta watch every day for those random stage drops, just like when Rodon was like, "Yo, here I am, Delfino Plaza." It's like it looks good. So you saw that direct comparison that like the windows you can see through now. It's like everything looks so good. So no, it's like,
and there's the Delfino remix.
The Delfino remix is nice. I kind of still hope the original is still in.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, remember they changed the sailing music off of Pirate Ship and replaced it with the remix. But we'll see. I do hope.
I don't see like Sakurai's going in with everything.
Yeah.
He's not like cutting any corners with this. So
Well, there's some stages that aren't going to be back. But
well, I mean, like,
he confirmed, but we'll see. What else?
I think just like general like stages and.
Well, let's just take a look quickly because we can go to the Smash blog. Smash blog. What do we get? Yeah, Rodon. God, he looks so cool. It looks so weird seeing him there. Wario. Yep. Oh, Lilat. Look how good Lilat looks.
It looks great now.
It looks so. Those are that's very clearly the
Zero.
The Star Fox Zero R-Wing, which is cool. But that's the classic. That's weird. That's the classic. What's it called?
Corneria?
No, the classic Great Fox.
Yeah.
That was the Star Fox Assault one in previous games.
Huh.
But we'll have to
Do you
see.
think what's great? Oh, what's the
Orbital Gate Assault?
You think that's
I think
coming
it'll be back. Yeah, I think every Smash 4 stage will be back. There's no reason for it to be not. They have it ready to go.
I guess, but like
they have it ready to go. That's an easy drop and add, right? Like, I think every Smash 4 stage will be back, aside from.
And they like spend a year on that, so they don't want to like just throw it away.
Yeah,
after
right.
One game.
No, yeah, for sure.
But it's a terrible stage.
Yeah, but you know what? Now that Corneria's back,
yeah,
I'm good.
Oh man,
I'm good.
Stage Hazard Chargo. I don't know how that's gonna work
On Corneria?
on Orbital Gate.
Oh, probably just
stay on the Great Fox, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that'd actually be kind of cool. I didn't even think about that. We'll have to see.
It'll be like a reverse Corneria.
Yeah, fake Smash Ball. I love that item. I love it so much. What a great idea! What a great idea! And that's about it. That was it. I think. I had Jigglypuff and Falcon there. So yeah, good Smash news all around.
Hopefully we get a direct soon so we can like talk.
We'll see. We'll see when it happens.
I think it's coming soon.
Yeah,
the rumors are starting to pile on.
For sure.
Okay, last story. So the Russo brothers did a voodoo viewing party where they answered questions while watching the movie.
Okay.
And they dropped some pretty big bombs.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear her.
So full spoilers. So just like if you're listening or watching, skip to the music part of this podcast.
Yeah, I feel like if you haven't seen Infinity War by this point, you won't ever. But just in case, skip ahead.
People waiting for the Blu-ray. There's some people out there.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah,
people are weird. That's a movie you see in the theater. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Red Skull is free to go. Now he's free to leave Boromir. He's free to go wherever he pleases. Because of the Soul Stone, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have to protect it anymore because it's with Thanos.
That is a good point. Think he's going to come back as a villain?
I think so.
I hope so.
The way they answered it,
he's such an important villain to not just have in just one movie.
Yeah. The way they answered it is like he does have a future in the MCU.
Oh,
so
nice. Good.
Hopefully. This wasn't a part of the commentary, but did you see the Gamora deleted scene? It was her while she was still working with Thanos, and she was put on a face like she was enjoying being his servant.
Interesting. Okay,
that type of stuff, and then just delves into the backstory of like how much she hated him, that type of stuff, and then this was a part of the viewing party questions. Someone asked like why Thanos they cut the Thanos part of going to Xandar and getting the Soul Stone or the what's it called, the Reality Stone. No, it was the Power one. It was the Power Stone he got from Xandar.
Yeah, Reality's Aether.
Yeah. They cut it because Gamora and Thanos they met there, so they didn't want to like do redundant things.
Okay.
They met again, and they wanted to make the scene in the actual movie more impactful than them like meeting over and over again in the movie. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Blu-ray's coming out just over a week from now. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool stuff. Yeah, that's going to have some interesting tidbits for sure, and the special features that will, yeah.
Well, people are already like delving into them because the digital release is already out.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, that's about it for my news.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break here, and then we will be moving on. It's not too bad. It's been an hour. It's normal for the first half.
Yeah.
We'll be going into the final import We'll be talking about the future of that section, and then we will be
doing some questions
that we had people send. So we'll see you all in a bit. Ciao.
Bye.
How we make each other on this wild and crazy carousel of life. Any cool how it changed the path of our lives, set us off a new adventure. This carousel takes us round and round. This labyrinth of life, you can't tell up from down. So much fun. We forgot to check when this crossroads taking us. But hey, here we come. This carousel spins us round so much. Sometimes you don't know should you stay or get off. It's only just begun. Welcome to this wide maze of life.
Yo, hold up. Breaking news. Breaking news. They literally, as soon, like this wasn't a thing that happened while while we were recording. No. As soon as we stopped recording, they announced a Smash Bros. Direct.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, and it's in 3 days. Which will be like 2 days when you're listening to this probably.
It's like...
So, let's quickly get our predictions out of the way. Okay, first off. Important info, we will be streaming this.
Yes.
We will be. I have it set up, we will be doing that. But here's the thing. So this is a Smash Bros. Direct. It's not another Direct for something, and then Smash will be on. It is a Smash Bros. Direct. Meaning, it's not just going to be a character. It's going to be definitely a character. I just realized it's going to be stages, it's going to be items, it's going to be music, probably modes.
That's what it got me.
So here is my prediction for characters. Start with a newcomer. Echo Fighter in the middle. Bombshell guest at the end.
I was thinking just one newcomer and one Echo Fighter.
Nah, man.
Because you gotta keep your expectations in check.
But here's the thing: they always end with if no newcomer at the beginning. Then it will be the big newcomer at the end. There's going to be something at the end, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm going to do my prediction right now. Okay. I'm still believing those leaks. I think it's going to be K. Rool, Dixie, Echo is Diddy, Simon Belmont. Simon Belmont. I'm believing it. I'm believing it, dude. Although the other leak right now is the latest leak by the one guy who actually has been kind of right. He predicted the name Smash Ultimate. He got all the DLC for Dragon Ball FighterZ. He said, okay, the next set of characters is actually going to be Isabelle as an Echo Fighter for Villager and Simon Belmont. That's what he said.
I don't know.
Isabelle has not been seen yet as a assist trophy. They looked.
Okay, so we're definitely seeing New Donk City stage.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
100%.
see New Donk City. We're gonna see. There was one more that we haven't seen fully. What was it?
Final Destination, like the
Oh yeah, then the
final.
complete Final Destination. Yeah.
I think we're seeing that.
Okay, okay. So I had one friend on Twitter. He compiled a list of there's so many stages now. Every character has a home stage.
Yeah.
Like even for characters who they have multiple
So like
reps.
Toon Link has Spirit Train, Young Link has Great Bay Temple.
Yeah.
Link has Great Plateau Tower. Ganondorf has Bridge of Elden.
Gerudo Valley.
No, that's Sheik's. I think Sheik.
Fair enough. Either way, but you can tie them close to each other, right?
Yeah.
But so there's one character they said in particular though that doesn't work, and that is Corrin. So I think there might be a Fire Emblem Fates style stage.
We already have 3 Fire Emblem stages though.
Yeah, and there's 6 characters. I mean, and if we disregard, an Echo Fighter Lucina.
Yeah.
If we say Echo Fighters don't really count, you still he's the only, aside from Rob too. I think we'll get a Rob stage finally, but aside from Corrin, it all matches up.
It'd be cool to get like a field stage.
Well, that's the thing. It was the big important
with battles.
The big important moment of Fire Emblem Fates is the two families battling, and you choose a path, like in his trailer, right? So that field at sunset, fighting in the background, and then it's just a nice field, right, with a few enemy camps and maybe a what's it called, a horse-drawn guy with a lance will run by or something, something like that, right? So that's what I'm thinking, but boy, we're gonna see some stuff.
I wonder how long it's gonna be. So I hope it's not 50 minutes long.
Okay, so do you want another 100 fact extravaganza? I do.
Yeah, I think I do.
I really do. I want to hear Xander Momus go. I love when it compares the music. It's not even comparable. I love you, Xander Momus.
I think we're going to be seeing modes.
Me, the announcer. I love that thing.
I think we're seeing modes. A lot of modes.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see
classic.
Yeah, they're gonna show off
Do
classic.
you think they're going to do All-Star?
Of course.
But there's so many characters.
Yeah, that all the more reason to. Now, here's the thing. I'm hoping they do All-Star a little bit differently. I did like the idea of doing it by the years.
Do it by game.
So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for you hop from game to game or something.
Do you like the idea of the stage select being game-wise? Here are the melee stages. Here are the brawl stages.
No, I want
I
want franchise-wise.
Okay.
I want them done by franchise. I want to see all the Mario stages together, all the Zelda ones, regardless of when they come out,
But that's going to be so many stages because we're.
Well, okay, but the list is going to scroll. It has to.
You think so?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to say 100%. You know how the custom stages scroll on the menu?
Yeah.
You know how it's you have the tiles and you can scroll up and down? I think it's going to be scrolling stages. There's no way to fit them all in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a problem with scrolling for the stage select, especially because now you select the stage before the characters.
Yeah.
So you're given that list and you can scroll through and then you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, scrolling stage select is normal for fighting games.
There's 85 stages right now.
Right now, going to be more. That's a lot.
That's crazy.
And then again, you have the permutations of them with Hazards Off and Battlefield and Final Destination versions.
That's 400 stages.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, some of them aren't going to change too much, but some of them will change quite a bit.
Midgar isn't going to change that much.
Actually, Midgar and Battlefield do a slight differences just on their base form. But there's going to be definitely some interesting stuff going on there. I'm still hoping for stages with transformations to choose one for Hazardless.
What do you mean?
For example, if you choose Delfino Hazardless, you're not floating around. You choose a section of Delfino, and that's the stage.
I don't think he's going to go that far.
I know, it's probably not going to, but it'd be cool.
Hazardless versions of stages are enough, I think.
Okay, so did you see that list of all the non-returning stages?
It seems like the majority of stages that haven't been confirmed back yet are the Wii U stages. Like I looked at a list.
Okay, no, I'm still sure every Wii U stage will be back. And okay, here's the thing: people are like, they're not going to do Pyros.
The Smash Bros.
They're not going to do Pyrosphere because Ridley's in it. But here's the thing:
I don't want Pyrosphere.
no, but
It's just
hazardless Pyrosphere.
But no, that's just a flat plane with 2 platforms.
That's an interesting stage.
Basically Luigi's Mansion without the mansion.
Yeah, that makes it better. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. But no, I think that'd be dope. I really like Pyrosphere. But we'll see.
I really want Windy Hill back.
You like Windy Hill a lot?
Oh yeah,
Really?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah, I like the angle and the 2 platforms.
I mean, I like it. I don't love it as much as I like Green
like it
Hill
better
more.
than Green Hill.
So I like Green Hill more personally, especially hazardless Green Hill. Now that the stage won't collapse,
Oh, man.
I think it's gonna be better.
I want Jungle Hijinks back. People don't like that stage very much, but
That's the 64 one.
no, it's the Returns one.
Oh yeah,
The
for
one
sure.
where you can go in the background.
Yeah, for sure.
It's unique. It's colorful.
Yeah, that's a great one. Again, I think every Wii U stage will be back because it's so easy to
except Miiverse.
except Miiverse. Heck, they might even release like instead of Miiverse, but just like maybe there'll be a chance when you load up Battlefield it'll look like Miiverse or something.
Damn Wi-Fi, man.
Don't worry, it's fine.
There's a really
Yeah,
well
no,
done.
I saw the list there.
Yeah.
But no, so it's like I want to see the only stage that I really don't think is coming back is Pokéfloats. And here's why. Remember who gets to decide what Pokemon content gets added. It's not Sakurai, it's the Pokemon Company, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a very poor representation of Pokemon as a franchise. It's just floating character models in the sky, right? So I could see them saying, no, we don't want Pokéfloats back. Because you have every Pokemon stage other than Pokéfloats is like a really good stage, right?
I hope we get a Sun and Moon stage.
I got another... I reminded of another thing. So the same guy who has been sort of right with this stuff, he's had one final thing before he decided to stop. He said the 7th gen Pokemon rep is in, and it's not Decidueye.
People are saying Incineroar, but that's just boring.
Oh, I think Incineroar would be fun. A wrestling character would be fun. But I think it's going to be Zeraora.
Who?
Zeraora. Look at this guy and you'll be like, oh yeah.
Probably.
Zero or I don't know.
But I really hope we
Zeraora.
a Sun and Moon stage.
Look at this guy.
Oh, that guy.
Look at this. He looks like, yeah, I know there's weird furry stuff on screen, but he looks like a character who could be a Smash Bros character, right?
But he's not like a Sun and Moon character.
Yeah, he is.
He's not in Sun and Moon yet.
Yes, he is.
He is?
He is. You got a download code for him.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think he looks like a character who could definitely. He has the body type.
He looks like he'd be too similar to Lucario.
No, he's more feral. Like he goes down on like his claws, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Like so he'd be a mix of Pikachu and Lucario, kind of, because he's electric fighting. So he'd be electric stuff, but using more kind of feral fighting techniques. I think he'd be it, but we'll see. Because I mean, otherwise, like look at the Gen 7 Pokemon. And who else is there? Like, it's a small list.
The Sandcastle.
Could be the set. Like, but
that would
no.
be a cool Pokeball.
Yeah, actually, I'd love that. Some people think Golisopod. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. I'd be down with one of the Ultra Beasts. I'm gonna be real. Either Buzzswole or Pheromosa. Like, those would be cool.
What Sun and Moon stage would you want?
I still want Ultra Space.
I want like the first city you go to.
I mean, we have a couple.
We haven't had like a city stage though.
That's true. We haven't had one for a while. You're right. Yeah. Well, I mean, aside from Prism Tower,
I guess.
Yeah.
People don't like that map.
What? Prism Tower's awesome.
I love that
What?
map.
Prism Tower is super like balanced and great.
Yeah. And it's like one of the best traveling stages.
What? Yeah, it's not a real traveling. It's a Halberd type where it's just a platform and then you land occasionally.
Yeah, and they switch platforms.
Yeah, no, that's
and then
awesome.
the final destination, it's like above the city.
Yeah, they're crazy.
At night.
They're wrong. Like there's not many others. So if it's not Decidueye,
what if it's
could be Incineroar. The water type Primarina? I mean, could be. I don't know. It's just like there's a very small selection. Some people think Mimikyu. Some people think it'd be Mimikyu, but it's because, okay, so they saw in footage, Bianca from Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
So, like, the blank-faced cat? So, Bianca's never been an NPC in Smash Bros. She's on Town and City in in Ultimate, and she has a face drawn on, and it's Mimikyu's face.
Huh.
Like, 1-to-1. Like, squiggly sort of drawn eyes.
That's cool.
The face at an angle, and then... So, people are either thinking, is that just a nice reference, or is that something else? It could be Jang Muo.
Maybe.
Because he's kind of cool. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. It could also just be a lie. There's always the chance. Okay. I think, though, this is going to be like 3 days. So let's not spend our time talking about it too much. Okay. Let us instead go into our final import segment, where we, for those of you who don't know, this is the last time we're doing it, so don't worry too much, where we talk about some of our favorite games, and then we try to... We didn't think this through. We didn't think it through too much. Describing our own games doesn't really work too well.
What, are you talking about the new segment?
No, we're talking about our segment right now. Describing, like...
Import?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you do it, like...
We've done it a couple times, but every time I'm like... Wasn't the best.
That's why we're changing it.
That's why we're changing it. So, we're going to talk about our favorite games. Mine from Japan, your from the West, and describe the good, the bad, and the weird about them. Mm-hmm. So for our last one, we are doing
Stealth.
I guess you're right, Stealth. Yeah, I'm doing Metal Gear.
I'm doing Assassin's Creed.
Creed. All right. 2 game series that we both have at least played for the other side.
No, I played Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, no, you played a lot of Metal Gear. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed, more so than some of the other stuff you talked about here. So let's get into this. I'm gonna start with Metal Gear because Snake is in Smash.
Oh my god.
So I guess I'll start at the start. Metal Gear is, for those of you who don't know, change that. A series of political thriller stealth action games by Hideo Kojima that have a very wide sort of like history to them, where they go from different time periods and showing the past, the present, the future, with a lot of really strong and relevant political commentary, and some of the most interesting games to play ever in terms of not just the stories and the characters, but some of the stuff in them that it's like,
the mechanics.
Well, even just little dumb stuff like, if you shoot ice cubes off of a table in Metal Gear Solid 2, they will realistically melt on the floor on the PlayStation 2, causing the floor to be wet in a manner that modern games don't even try for.
Did you see the Metal Gear Solid 3 thing that was recently discovered?
What's that?
If you damage or you like injure a soldier and you like hide, they like get up and they like bandage themselves up.
So yeah, Metal Gear, it's full of awesome stuff like that.
Those little tiny things. So
many small details. I'll get into a few of those more when we talk about the weird, because I know a few weird facts that are wonderful. There's the games go everywhere from the original MSX computer system all the way up to the latest PlayStation hardware. Sadly, after the completion of Metal Gear Solid 5, the creator has left the studio, and now they're making Metal Gear games in name only, kind of, which suck, but you know what? The old games still exist, and that's what's important.
All right.
Your turn.
So, Assassin's Creed, it is a historical game series.
Pseudo-historical.
It starts out with a guy named Desmond. He's part of... I haven't played these games in a while, so... it starts out with Desmond. He works at a... What is it called?
The Animus? Abstergo?
Abstergo.
I'm amazed I remember. How did I remember that?
He works there. And then he gets wrapped into this whole thing.
Conspiracy plot. Yeah, let's go with that.
They have to go back in time to their ancestors to find these pieces of Eden. And basically, this covers all that through a bunch of different time periods, like Rome time, Egypt, The latest was Egypt.
Yep.
Or the latest was
But there's also what's the one that's in 3 of them? Italy. There you go. That's
Yes.
I'm like, why did you skip the one that's in most of the games?
there's one set during the American Revolution, which is my favorite.
Really?
My favorite is Assassin's Creed 3.
Huh. Interesting. I know a lot of people don't like that one.
I like it a lot.
Fair enough.
Takes place during the pirate times.
Yeah.
During the French Revolution. What's the 6th one?
Isn't it like in London?
Syndicate. Yes.
It's like London steampunky kind of.
Yeah.
That one's weird.
It's actually pretty good. But yeah, the story is kind of convoluted. It starts out as this like thing where I have to get the pieces of Eden.
The human guy, what's his name?
Desmond?
He kind of drops out of the story after a while.
3. I
Yeah,
think.
after 3 he's gone, which is interesting.
That ending is what the interesting thing's going to be about.
Huh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about it, so that'll be interesting to hear.
All right.
Okay.
The
good about Metal Gear. I've never seen another game where I'm like, I'll just think about the story and think about like the story of Metal Gear to me is so interesting. Like the ideas of like nuclear deterrence, the ideas of because every game has like a theme, right? It's the first one is genes. The second one is memes, but like talking about societal memes. The third one is like this idea of it's like loyalty and honor, patriotism, stuff like that. The fourth one's like age and like
just war.
Well, a little bit of war, but even it's even like the personal journey for Snake in that one is the idea of the world advancing beside you, right?
Yeah.
And how the world changes, but war
stays
the same.
Yeah.
You got like with Rising.
You skipped 5.
I'll get to because 5 came out after Rising.
I thought you just wanted to skip 5.
I'll get to 5. I have another section for 5 to talk about. Hey.
Oh. Oh no.
Rising is like the idea of it's like, sort of like a little bit of patriotism, but also like transhumanism with like becoming more than just human. Replacing yourself with robotic parts. Like, what does that mean? Nanomachines, son. Your memes end here, Monsoon. I love it. I love it so much. And then, yes, even with 5 later, you have ideas of identity. You have ideas of what we leave behind. You have ideas of... I mean, that's when you start to go into the ideas of, children are involved in wars too, you know? So the stories are so interesting, and the good thing is, for the most part... Well, no, I'm not... all of them. The gameplay is amazing too. Like, there's so much creativity you can have with it. And it's not easy. It's not something you can just breeze through and do immediately, right? Like, you need to sort of think about the game systems and what you can use to your advantage, right? For example, you run out of grenades on a boss that you need grenades to beat. What do? Throw a magazine, like a gun magazine, into the tank where you need to throw the grenades into. The dude will pop up and be like, what the heck? Why'd someone throw a magazine there? Now you can get him.
It's like, if you try something, it'll probably work.
Try stuff and it works. And there's so many just like weird things that you're just like, that's weird, but it works, I guess. And it's the freedom. It's a very free feeling game of do it your own way. As such, for the most part, they're pretty short games, but they're done in a way that you can replay them and every time play it differently.
Yeah. And
different difficulties, different ways of going about it. Maybe you're not going to shoot a single person.
I wouldn't say 5 is short, though.
With that, again, we'll get to 5. You have ways of doing things completely different every time you go through it. And it's funny. Like, it has a sense of humor to it. Levity, Yeah. Even when it's serious, there'll be jokey moments. Like, I'd say the ending sequence of Metal Gear Solid 2 is weird and off and kind of disturbing, but, you'll still get jokes. I need scissors, 61, But, start rattling off the Japanese train lines, where it's like, it's weird, but it's in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So the good about Assassin's Creed is all the historical stuff. It's like, even in Origins, they had like a separate mode where you can
the history mode for that is so cool.
Yeah, you can just explore Egypt and learn about it and all that. And that type of stuff, like they get the atmospheres right for the games.
And they like recreate real landmarks in
Yeah.
the game, and that's really cool.
Like alternate history, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The story, while it is like a bit like convoluted here and there, it's really interesting, especially towards the end of the trilogy, the first trilogy, like 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Ezio, he's like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
He's
When you think Ezio.
Yeah, he's an amazing character in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 3 games devoted to him, obviously, so
More if you count the mobile games.
we don't count the mobile.
Well, like
games.
the DS and 3DS ones.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like phone games.
I mean those two, but
The gameplay, it kind of lends itself towards the good and the bad.
okay.
I haven't played Origins, but I heard it was like a million times better.
I've actually played a bit of Origins at a friend's
feels a lot
at a
better.
cousin's house. It's wow, yeah, no, it's you can tell they worked on that to make it feel good, and I mean that has like stats and level ups and stuff, which is very different, but it works in its favor for sure.
And each game has its own like not gimmick, but like thing you can like work on throughout playing the game. So in like 2, you can build this city and put buildings and all, like make profits and all that, get reel in money. In the 3rd one, you have like a cabin area, and you can build it into a trading outpost.
Oh, cool.
And you can trade between cities.
See, I love that. I love trading and like merchant aspects of games. So that's cool.
And then the 4th one is the pirate ship stuff, and like you own a ship and you can customize it and you can explore the vast open world.
Yep.
I did play 5 Unity, but I kind of fell off right away because I played it when it first came out, when it was like a broken mess. I never went back. Didn't play 6, haven't played Origins. I kind of dropped off after 4. But I want to get back into it with Origins, but we'll see. But yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Now for the bad.
All right, before you go into 5, what's the bad about the 1 to 4? Even if it's like small.
Getting some of the later like secrets and stuff can be infuriating. Getting the best ranking for the games, like getting big boss ranking or whatever, where it's like can't be spotted, can't kill, can't use rations, where it's like you really have to like to get the best items and stuff, you have to perfect play it. And that is tough unless you master the game. So going through them all, it's like, oh my god. And I would say a bit of the controls are getting to play them for the first time, you're like, this is weird. Like for instance, in Metal Gear Solid 2, you raise the gun by pressing the button, and then if you don't want to shoot, you have to lightly let go of the button. Don't let go because you'll shoot. Because it uses it's the only game I know of that uses pressure sensitive.
Really? I didn't
Wait,
know
what?
that. I didn't know that.
You played Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
That's how you have to use the spray items, like the coolant to get rid of the bombs.
Oh,
You don't just press the button to use it. Like you press it and he'll hold it up and you look like an idiot. You have to press it and then press it hard to use it.
Oh, okay.
If you press the button normally, like if I'm pressing it here and I'm just pressing it, it's not going to work. I have to press it in hard. Using the PS2, PS3, PS4's never used feature of pressure sensitive face buttons. And I hate that. Because like you press it and you have to like lightly let off to not shoot with the gun. Because if you just let go, you shoot it. So like the pressure sensitive buttons are weird and bad. And I'm happy they didn't go forward with that later on. But like, I had no idea how to do any of the CQC in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, me neither.
They're like, yeah, you hold up an enemy and then press one of these face buttons to do these different ones. And I'm like, what? How? What? Yeah. So thankfully they make it easier with time. Like CQC in Peace Walker is hilariously easy and hilariously broken. It's literally an enemy spots you and this big like square button prompt appears on the screen and you press it and you just deck him down. Like, and then you will like warp halfway across the room to suplex him. And if there's more than one dude, you can press it up to 3 times. Jeez. So in one room, in an instance, you see them all. Like, it's powerful in Peace Walker there. But like in 3, I had no idea how to use it. And then there's 5.
For the record, I love 5.
So, and I will say, the gameplay of 5 is outstanding.
And I think it's because I played them all, and I didn't have to wait for 5. And it was kind of like the cap-off story. I'm like, I had enough story, like, let's see how it all ends, you know?
For me, it's like, 5 was touted as this, like, huge... You're gonna understand why all these things happen in Metal Gear. It's gonna be the big gap between the old and the new.
Yeah.
This is the big thing. And even Ground Zeroes was setting it up. I like Ground Zeroes more than 5.
Well, the ending of Ground Zeroes where it, like, hyped it up.
Yeah, right? So it's like...
Because, like, that... When I finished Ground Zeroes, that was the night before 5 came out. And I was like... Oh.
Yeah, right? Like, so it's like... Oh, there's just so much to... That was leading up to. And then they're like... And you started off and you're like, oh, this is cool. You're in the hospital. There's stuff. And then you get to the game and it's like, sorry, if you wanted more story, it's done. Like, aside from optional codec calls, which I hate. I hate that. Stop me while I'm playing and have them explain things to me. Because I'm listening and I'm like, when does this take place? I don't know, because it could have happened whenever. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the fact that the game is literally not completed. The final chapters of the game are not there.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. And it's because Konami fired Kojima and then they had to rush it out. But it's like, man, there's a whole section of the game that we will never play. The story is not finished. The game just ends. And it's like, I don't know. Gameplay-wise, outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Like, amazing.
One of the best control games
so fun. But as someone who played it for the story and for the characters and the world, I was disappointed. Also,
you were disappointed?
I was disappointed. Can I just call out how weird it is that, like, canonically... So, like, when we look at all the Metal Gears, like, the actual mechas, we go from, like, tank with legs. Then we go to bipedal, you know, Zeke, you know, sort of look like a Metal Gear. Then you go to Sahelanthropus, which is this giant, sword-wielding, shielded, massive mech. And then you go to Metal Gear Mark 1, which is just this little orange blob. And it's like, what happened? Canonically, that's a bit weird.
The first boss with the Sahelanthropus was like one of my favorite gaming moments, I think.
It's cool. It's just a shame.
It didn't feel like a video game. It felt like...
real life?
No, it felt like... Just, okay, can I explain it?
Go ahead.
So, like, you know when you, like, run out of the base and Sahelanthropus is, like, coming to hunt you down?
Yes.
But you need to, like, escape him before you get picked up by the helicopter?
Yeah.
I was hiding behind a rock. Like, he was, like, walking by.
Yeah.
And then, like, he, like, came back. And, like, he, like, looked over the giant rock. And he slowly, like, brought up his, like, sword arm. Like, very slowly. Like, not to, like, alert me. And then broke the rock. And, like, I got out there just in time. But, like, just the way the AI, like, knew what to do there.
Oh, no. I guess, like, so, again, I'll say, the gameplay is awesome.
Yeah.
I just wish there was just more story. More actual story. And I'm going to be real.
I did like the, like, origins of, like, some of the characters, though.
Yeah, but I feel like it didn't go into...
And a returning one.
It didn't go into it enough. Like
I guess, yeah.
It introduced... It felt like, oh, that's a cool introduction, and then nothing is done. Like, it just flies away into see them next game.
Yeah.
You know? So, we'll have to see.
Will we, though?
We won't. It's done. It's over.
But Snakes and Smash. So
Snakes and Smash, so it's good. And that's why I say, like, the first 4, and I really like Peace Walker. It's like the first 4 in Peace Walker, I can look at that as, like, that's a good series. Everything else is, like, it's okay.
Because you could, like, also look at 4 as, like, a bookend.
4 is an amazing ending to a series.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they went more is like, that's a bit okay. But 4 was a wonderful ending. I accept 4 as the better series ending than anything. So
that's fair.
Okay, well, time for the bad of the Assassin's Creed. Pull up a chair, folks. Ha 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 ha. I'm joking.
I think you'd be better to describe this.
No. Oh, just for me, for Assassin's Creed, when I went to play it and I felt how you feel as Ezio, I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah,
because I'm so used to Japanese, the circle test.
Yeah.
Can I spin the stick in a circle, and does the character spin in a circle? If the answer is yes, you have a Japanese game that controls like a video game first and foremost. Mm-hmm. If you do the circle test and your character looks like an idiot trying to, actually turn like that and he doesn't know what to do, then you're playing a Western game or they're trying to make it more cinematic and realistic, which for me defeats the purpose of it being a video game. But that's just me.
That's fair.
Like I've said it before, but imagine a Assassin's Creed game where Ezio controls like Super Mario 64.
That'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be the best?
It would.
Like, just, like even as simple as you walk forward, you tilt the stick back, and you do the sideways flip. You know the sideways flip, right? The Mario sideways flip.
Yeah.
Like that to me feels so much better than any of the hold button to parkour. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. The gameplay is certainly like kind of, what's the word? A specific taste.
Yes. It's Western taste. Like, that's what it is.
There's a lot of games. It's one of those yearly franchises that people don't like.
Not anymore. They pulled back on that, yeah.
But, like, it's back now.
Oh, fair enough.
They took a break so they can make a new engine for Origins.
Yeah.
What else? Again, the story's kind of, like, convoluted in places. After 4, it kind of just goes out the window, and you're kind of just in the settings and all that. And it's mostly historical stuff. Mm-hmm. The multiplayer kind of is...
Oh, can I just raise a point that I just realized? There's an Assassin's Creed costume in Metal Gear Solid 4, and Raiden is unlockable in Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Really?
Yeah, Raiden's unlockable.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because in MGS4, you get the Assassin's Cloak. You know that, right? And you can even make them fall onto the hay bale. And then if you 100%, I think it's Revelations or Brotherhood? Brotherhood or Revelations there, you get Raiden as a playable character. And he can ninja run up walls. And it's the dopest.
Cool.
Just remember that. Go ahead.
No, I think the main, like, bad thing about the series is the
glitches?
The glitches. Man, Unity was a mess. But I think they've gotten it better.
A slight bit of open world syndrome where you open up the map and it's like, here's 5 million different collectibles.
It's a checklist.
It's a checklist. And the game is a checklist at times. Yeah,
that can be a detriment to it as well. But yeah, it's a Western game. It's a Western series. If you don't like Western games, you're not going to like the games.
Well, yeah.
Which is why I have.
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, time for the weird or interesting.
Pull up the story for mine.
Talking about just like weird and interesting stuff in Metal Gear, and it's like, for example, Metal Gear Solid 2. If you shoot the seagulls on the big shell as Raiden, Rose will refuse to save your game until you apologize. She will ask you, "Do you apologize for what you've done? Yes or no? Are you 100%?" And if you keep doing it, she won't let you save your game. She won't let you save your game.
See, that's like the cool stuff.
Like she'll just go away and you won't be able to save your game.
Yeah.
In Metal Gear Solid 3, it keeps track of every single guard who dies. And then you have to go through the boss fight with, that was the Sorrow? Yeah, the Sorrow. And depending on how they die, they appear differently. If, for example, so this one gets me. If you were to kill an enemy in the cliff area and the vultures come and eat him, right? So the vultures have ate the corpse. Then you take the vulture, kill it, feed it to a soldier by dropping the ration of the vulture meat on the ground. He'll get sick and die because he's technically a cannibal now. And when you're in there, he'll be with the soldier he ate saying, "I'm sorry I ate you." Like, that's how deep it goes. Like, incredible stuff with that, right? So you only played the HD versions, right?
Yeah.
So you missed out on some features, right?
No.
Metal Gear Solid 2 featured a skateboarding minigame where you, as Snake or Raiden, would
I
skateboard
heard about
around
this.
Big Shell. That's a real thing that exists. Metal Gear Solid 3, there was Snake and Monkey, which was basically a bonus mission where Snake has to capture 10 Ape Escape monkeys. And you would then get
That's
the Ape
awesome.
Escape map or mask to wear. There was also there's the one torture sequence in Metal Gear Solid 3 where in the original PS2 version, when you get put to sleep there, if you then turn off the console, then turn it back on, Snake will be having a nightmare where it turns into an anime action game where you play as a guy with 2 hook swords fighting hordes of zombies Muso style. It apparently was a demo for a game that doesn't exist.
Huh.
So, like, that was removed from the later versions, but there's
How
also
about
like...
the Metal Gear Solid 4 with the picture taking, and if you like wait, they start dancing.
What?
Oh,
Oh yeah, with the beauty series enemies, yeah, where
Yeah.
it's like if you take pictures of them, then you get to grab your idol shoots with them.
Yeah.
In Metal Gear Solid 1 and 4 with the camera, there's certain places where if you take pictures, and also Twin Snakes, you get ghosts in them. Where if you take pictures in certain areas, you'll look at the picture and there'll be staff members there.
That's cool.
And they'll be ghostly in it, right?
Huh.
And there's a lot of really creepy ones too, but there's like, stuff like little secrets, right? So many little interesting secrets, and I love that. Where I remember back when I was a kid, you would get those little booklets. It's like cheat codes for all your favorite game systems, right? And literally, I only learned this recently. You know what they do for that? They just copied that from GameFAQs. Like, literally, I remember because I went on GameFAQs the one time, I'm like, let's go check out for the one game. And I remember reading, I'm like, this is exactly the same as from my book. And they literally just copied them from GameFAQs, right?
That's cool.
But like the Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 sections would be 5 pages long. Like most codes would be like that big, right? Mm-hmm. These were like 5 pages long and just all the secrets. And I remember reading it. I'm like, there's so much to this game. So cool.
That's about it?
That's about it.
Okay, so I have a paragraph here of summarizing the end of the game of Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
And I want to see your reaction.
Sure.
Okay. Assassin's Creed 3 ends with a choice. Desmond Miles, the series' modern-day hero, is asked to decide between dooming the world to a fiery apocalypse or placing its future in the hands of Juno, a vengeful godlike figure from the series' mysterious precursor race. The former allows him to live, the latter ensures his death. Desmond sacrifices himself to see the Earth saved.
Okay, yeah.
So there's gods in the Assassin's Creed universe.
That's you. Well, because I remember like watching this like getting all the precursor things, secret video, and it shows like people in like a future facility, and I'm like,
It's
I
like
remember
the story of like Adam and Eve.
Yeah, but they're like aliens,
Yeah.
and it's like what? It's weird. You know what? Sure. You know what? Like honestly, I kind of prefer that to just being sciencey stuff. Like I like when they're like, boom, aliens. I love that. Like it's just like it's cool to me.
And there's a godlike figure.
Yeah, there's just God. Just chilling out. Gotta kill him.
And like if you do like sacrifice to the Earth, like you see like the Earth being destroyed by this god, and it's like crazy.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I can't say anything for like the crazy stuff in the future games since I haven't played them. But...
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure though that gets led up to in the other games with like hints, right?
Oh, probably, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Cool.
All right. So that said, I think we're gonna
you buy Metal Gear Solid franchise because you can't really don't have a really good accessible way to play them nowadays.
Oh, well, there's the HD collection on PS3.
An Xbox 360.
An Xbox 360. Yeah. Well, at least for 2 and 3. Peace Walker is not on Xbox there.
5 is on PS3.
5 is on... Oh, God, I forgot there's a PS3 version of 5. That's weird. You can play pretty much the entire series on PS3.
Yeah.
Aside from, a couple like Twin Snakes, the spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's, the... Well, I mean, the HD collection does include the MSX versions of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, like the HD collection is your go-to. I think I heard somewhere about them porting it to modern consoles somewhere.
It was a rumor.
It was a rumor, but
People thought that Blue Point was going to do that.
yeah, hey, that might happen one day still.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much on PS3. That's where you want to play it.
You can buy the Assassin's Creed series. You can buy the Ezio trilogy on PS4 now.
Sorry, I just remembered the one NPC guy in the comparisons with the horrible face.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, that's a glitch where that's not in the full game, but like the preview shots, and it's like, look how much better it looks. There's like the fresco Jesus painting looking guy, and it's like, ooh.
I think you can only play the first one on PS3 and Xbox 360. And then all the other ones are on modern day consoles now.
Yep.
So they're accessible.
Cool beans.
And Odyssey comes out this November, I believe.
Wow, really? Okay,
Yep.
Sure. All right, so that is the end of the import section. Because we're going to talk
packing
about...
up.
Yes, we're going to talk about the next section that we're doing in the future. And as soon as I came up with this idea, I'm like, this, I think, will be awesome. We're calling it Foreign Exchange.
Yes.
Where what we're going to be doing is sort of in the vein of... I was thinking, like, what's some podcast stuff that I listen to that I really enjoy? And one of them is All Systems Goku. Hearing two guys who have no knowledge of Dragon Ball discuss Dragon Ball and coming to terms with what it is, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what if we do something similar where instead of us describing our own media... Because we have 2 weeks now. We're doing this on a bi-weekly sort of basis because it just works better with our timelines and stuff. So we have 2 weeks. So how about in that period, we exchange our media and we have the other person take a quick look at it. A dip, for sure.
Yeah.
No, you know, hey, if they want to go more, we're not going to stop them, right? But,
sure.
You know, at minimum, so it's like for when we're talking about length, we're talking about like at most movie length. You know, like you can sit down and watch a movie. That's fine.
An hour or two.
You
If
know,
you don't enjoy it,
an hour or two, yeah. TV shows, you know, I'd say 2 to 3 episodes because the 3 episode is, you've heard the 3 episode rule, right?
No.
They say if a TV show does not capture you in the first 3 episodes, then it's bad.
Okay.
So the idea of you're supposed to watch 3 episodes of a show before you judge it.
Okay.
That's what they say. You know, for a game, we got an hour or 2.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're looking at. So we have with us here our first foreign exchange that's going to happen. You are going to go get yours, and then as you talk about it, I will go and get mine because it is on the shelf. So he's going into his bag right now. He is opening it up. Well, no, he's going to sit back down first.
Yes.
Okay, so show me what it is you have brought for me. Okay, first off, what media is it?
It's a game.
It's a game. Okay, sounds good. My first one's a game also.
It's one of my favorite games ever.
One of your favorite games ever. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. Also, I might stream these because it might be fun. But let's see here.
It's nothing wacky.
Nothing
It's
wacky?
like- it's a game I really enjoy.
Game you really enjoy?
One of my favorite games
One of your
ever.
favorite games
Used
ever?
to be my favorite game
Used to
ever.
be your favorite game ever? I don't know.
Burnout Paradise.
Oh, Burnout Paradise. You know what? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try this.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, okay. All right, now let me go get mine. I may have to give you a few extra accessories to go with it. Don't worry, that's okay. So, describe what I'm doing.
He's walking over to his bookshelf full of games. Lots of games. Variety full of games. He's pointing. He's trying to find it. He's got it. Oh, it's a GameCube game. Oh, Resident Evil 4? Aren't you playing that right now?
I'm playing it right now, but it is one of my favorite games, becoming one of my favorite games of all time. I'm playing the PS4 version, but I bought it digitally, so I can't hand it off to you. But I've heard the original is... Oh my god, it's 2 discs. So I bought this at a garage sale, and I didn't even know I had this version, but it is really good.
Okay.
And I've definitely heard that the GameCube version... So here's the thing. I heard that when they started re-releasing it, it was like GameCube was still the best version until the PS4 version came out.
Oh, okay.
So, like, there's also the Wii version, but apparently because you have motion controls, it breaks the game.
Huh.
Headshots are so easy because you can immediately aim at their heads, right?
Okay.
So, do you have the accessories to play that?
I have a GameCube.
Do you have a memory card and controller?
Yeah.
Then you're good.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yes. It's really good. And I'm excited to take a look at Burnout Paradise, too. Yeah.
You should stream it.
I think I will, because, I mean, I want to do more streaming, and this will be good to pop in for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, as we said, what it's going to be is pretty much going to be, so we have, in our 2-week period, we will be experiencing this. Like I said, I'll probably stream it. You don't stream, so you'll just play it on your own there for a bit. Then when we come back, we will just talk about it, and we'll have a bit of an exchange of, like, answering questions, like, how far did you get? You know, what did you think? You know, we'll ask each other some questions there, but, I think this is going to be really fun.
It is.
I think it's going to be cool. So as we said, we can do games, movies, TV shows, books, anything that we can give to each other in a way that doesn't cost us money.
Yes.
So that's kind of what we're going for. But, so yes, next week we're going to do Burnout Paradise cross Resident Evil 4.
I don't think we should cross anymore. I think we'll just be like...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, and so to end us off on this podcast... It's letter time. We've got a couple letters here. So the first one is from Mauricio.
No, Rob.
Oh, no, Rob. Sorry, looking at the wrong one. Rob here. Hi, Tanner and Adrian. Hope you two are having a good day. Well, I mean, they just announced the Smash Brothers Direct. How can we not? So my question is, how do you feel about video games becoming more cinematic as time goes on? I don't mind some video games become more like film. For example, I love Ghost Trick, is made by the same team as Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton series, but it's saddening when a game can be very emotional and have good gameplay, but gets snubbed because of the gameplay. Yeah. Can't wait to listen to the podcast. Hope you two have a good week.
So I see God of War as the perfect blend of story and gameplay.
Okay, yeah. Because it does the thing of never letting you go of the main character. Like he's always on screen pretty much.
For sure. The story keeps it hooked the entire way through. The gameplay is some of the best gameplay I've ever played, so that's like a prime example. But I like, well, before I met you and got your mannerisms.
you learned.
I was playing more like the story driven cinematic games, that type of stuff. But then
you're probably super excited for the Order 1886.
I actually was, yeah.
Oof, yeah. Brother. Oof.
But now it's like these indies on Switch and all these video games.
Yeah, right.
Man, these are so fun. And I still appreciate I love The Last of Us. I love Uncharted, those kind of games. I love story in my games, above all else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. For me, yeah, story is number one.
Gameplay is just a tick below, obviously.
Well, because I mean, the idea of story though can be represented in different ways.
For sure.
For example, the story in a
Dark Souls.
Yeah. That's not an outright story, but it's still the universe and the world, right?
The world building.
So this is interesting. So I was reading a thread earlier, and it's reminded me of this. The idea that the one game that's so the way that Western developers are trying to make games cinematic is not super movie-like, really. When you look at movies, you have camera angle. For example, you said about God of War, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have a movie where it's behind a dude's shoulder the entire time. No. Yeah, it's cinematic, but it's not movie-like.
No.
And I was reading about, what the most movie-like franchise is? Yakuza. The cutscenes, I don't know if you've seen cutscenes from a Yakuza game, they are shot like movies because they're trying to be gangster, Japanese drama movies. You have shots that you look at and you're like, that is a movie shot that they've done in the game. And it helps because, I don't know if you know this, all the bad guys in Yakuza games are famous movie actors in Japan that they scan in and have them act, right?
That's cool.
So they're literally, we're getting the actors, they're acting, they then motion cap them and have them do it, but they have the camera angles, they're done like movies. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, that still has gameplay to it. Yakuza is very much, it's a beat 'em up and it has the mini games and stuff, but they go for this cinematic angle of we're literally having sections where it is a movie, versus in the West where you hear cinematic and it's a lot of, again, Kratos over the shoulder.
Last of Us.
A lot of Last of Us. The idea of the idea of cutscenes happening while you play. The idea of
Yeah.
A cutscene is not put down the controller. It's you can move around, you can look at stuff, you have to look at multiple angles, right? That started with like Half-Life, where you go into a cutscene and the game would not stop. You can walk around, the cutscene will happen around you. You know, you can mess around with stuff. You can look for secrets. Like, for example, if there's a character listening in on the conversation, you can see them off in the corner if you position your character the right
Metal
way.
Gear Solid 4.
Like Metal Gear Solid 4.
Those, like,
there
those
was
exponential, and you can like drive around. Like, is that what you mean? Kind of.
no, because Metal Gear Solid 4 cutscenes still take away control of the player.
Oh yeah,
Like they still happen. Like even the codec calls, like they take away control of the player. Yeah. I'm talking like when cutscenes happen and it's literally happening around you during gameplay. So like the game isn't paused. You know, the game is still going.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely a thing that Western developers really like to do. And in my eyes, I don't see that as cinematic at all. I see that as telling the story as gameplay happens. But the idea of it being cinematic, cinema means movie, right? So you're not interacting with a movie. So when I see like cutscenes that have film angles, that to me is cinematic.
Oh, okay.
That to me is cinematic. When I can look at a cutscene and it's not just a video game cutscene, it's shot like a movie.
Okay.
You know, when it's using internal framing, when it's using open space negative. I'm using film terms. I apologize.
I understand.
You know, when you're using like when you look at a scene and you see it is directed like a director would. There's balance happening. Characters are parallel to each other, you know? It's not just a scene for story, it's a scene for the story of the shot, you know?
Okay, so like in Uncharted 4 there's a scene where or not just in Uncharted 4, just in Uncharted general, there's shots where you're climbing on a cliff or whatever, and then you go to the big city, the big like Shambhala. You head over the cliff, and then the camera like comes out really wide, shows the entire like city.
Yeah,
like really for like Nathan's only like a tick on the screen.
Yeah,
but you can still control him, and you can still like walk.
You know what? For that, I'd say that's cinematic because that's using a wide establishing shot. Like for sure, that's still cinematic. Yeah. But when it's just like when a cutscene's happening and it's happening just for story, there's no.
The pre-rendered cutscenes.
There's no extrinsic. Well, no, pre-rendered cutscenes can very much be cinematic if you look at it, and if you were to mute the audio, could you get the story without audio? Okay. You know, could you watch the scene and understand the character's power dynamics? Can you understand, what's going on without words? That idea of true cinema.
Okay.
So that went deep.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Rob. Next up, we have...
So this is a long one, so I'll read the beginning, you read the Japan, I'll read the English.
Sounds good. So we're going to... this is by Mauricio, same as last time, a.k.a. Mark1246. Thank you for answering my first email after a long while. So after watching your Bayo 2 charity stream and several LPs, I kind of have a grasp of your character or persona, Tanner, and Andre.
It's Adrian.
That's fine.
Yeah. I appreciate the try, though.
Does your friend have a Twitter account you can put in the description? Yes, you are Age1000.
At Age, capital A, G-E, 1000, like the numbers, no space.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to remember.
Yeah.
You got a good one there. Also, it is nice knowing there's another teacher Let's Player out there in the world, also a teacher too. Hey, awesome. So like when you guys handle the format with Japanese and English news, I'm going to ask you a question that is a Japanese theme and one with an English theme.
All right, this is you.
Okay. I see words here. So since I don't mind asking this question, since people who are listening are probably 17 plus or older, how did you guys discover hentai? And when you got into the anime world, you're probably going to accidentally learn about it. For me, back in 2006, 2007, started No Security. I was watching a AMV until saw this video and had nice animation called Black Bible 2
I didn't
Bank
actually
Scene.
read these.
Oh, good. I was flabbergasted because I didn't know anime had porn, and my innocence was lost since I never had to talk. So how did you find out, and what was your... Okay, well... First off, let me just say that the views on this podcast do not reflect the views of my employer, and this is just me speaking as a person and not really a teacher. For me, so I was a super innocent kid. That was not anything of my world. It was literally just one day I was in class, and this is like grade 5, and I was talking to a kid about Pokemon, and I said, yeah, I love the Pokemon Entei. It's like, then this one kid's like, did you say hentai? And I'm like, no, the Pokemon hentai. He's like, hentai is anime porn. And that's it. And I'm like, what? Huh? That's really it? Like, didn't look at it till I was older. And again, it was till I tried to go to a website and I accidentally mistyped it. And it took me to one of those, like one of those site loading ones where it's like you go there and it's like, when you put in the wrong one and it's like just one of those holding sites full of ads. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much to say about it other than I saw it and I was like, oh my God, like I was a super innocent kid. Like this was not something that I partook in. I mean, nowadays I sometimes watch it for humor. Like the dubbed stuff is hilarious and just the fact that it exists is weird, and honestly hilarious. But not much to say. I mean, I don't even know names. It's fine. How about you? Read yours. Go ahead. Okay.
Note. So God of War has sold like 6 to 7 million copies already. So whoever wanted to play it has played it already. If they're listening to the podcast. So full spoilers coming out. God of War here. So how do you feel about the final boss of the game?
Also, I've seen it because I watched the best friends play it.
Do they need to have an epic track, crazy gimmicks, or zany battlefield? Since you're of the Japan side, Tanner, usually Japan games always make their final boss have this 10 out of 10 OST and setting.
Oh man, JRPG final boss is my like aesthetic where it's just like, I am the creator and the destroyer, and he's like 17 wings on one side and the music is Latin chanting.
And the final boss is like name of the game.
Oh yeah.
Or the chapter.
Yeah, the chapter title is the name of the game and the music is just like the title screen theme but with like lyrics and you're just like, you're wrong, friendship is the key, and then it kicks in and you're like, oh, and then his final form is just like a normal human. Like that's like the pre-final form.
Yeah.
And the final, it's just like a what? Oh man, JRPG final. But go on.
But does it make or break for you if the fight theme sucks or lives up to the hype? Example for my game of the year so far, God of War 2018. The final boss Baldur is good, but through the entire game you fought enemies that has moveset. So when I fought him, I can kind of beat him with ease since I had memorized his pattern. Theme was good though.
I definitely think a final boss needs to be good.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
It's the icing on the cake. It's the part that you remember. I mean, honestly, there's only a few games where I'd say the final boss blew me away, but it just has to be good in my eyes. Like it has to be something that you walk away from going, that was an adventure. I mean, my go-to is Bayonetta's final boss is just my favorite
final boss is Ganondorf from Twilight Princess. Like
the
whole phases.
that sets up. That's an amazing. And so for me, it's the idea of escalation. It's the idea of building and building and building up.
Because the first you fight with the Puppet Zelda,
and then you fight Beast Ganon, and then you go out to the field and the horse riding, and then it's
the circle, and then the thunder.
Yeah, no, like that's
and the music. The music is so important.
It's so important for sure.
When he takes out his sword, he like swings it out. He's like ready to fight you, and then the drums start, and it's like ah. It's like the music needs to be phenomenal too. Yeah, final bosses.
Oh yeah,
like memorable. Like I can't.
It needs to give you emotions when you listen to it again.
Yes.
Yeah,
for sure. But the super optional Siren Valkyrie fight, she was one on the level of Kingdom Hearts 2 Lingering
Will. Yeah, that's the bonus boss.
And God, her theme was awesome. Ask your friend about it, Tanner. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, so what? Make a final boss fight for you? What are you looking for when you finally fight it?
Oh yeah, well, we talked about the music, and not just to be good, but it needs that escalation. I really like multi-phase final bosses where it's like first phase is big, second phase huge, third phase back down, one-on-one. Like this is the moment, right? Like I mean, you look at a great example is Final Fantasy VII's final boss. Like you fight big dumb like just monster, then down descends Sephiroth with like 7 wings and 7 wings of like different types, and he has like a giant mutated arm and like he's huge, right? But then for the last part, the very last section, it is Cloud and it is a shirtless Sephiroth and it is just 1-on-1. Like that is the last part, right? And even though that last part is entirely like you can't lose it. It's you can only hit the attack button.
Yeah.
Like it's simplified, right?
I think that's...
But it gives you that feeling of this is the end.
I think that's why I was kind of disappointed with Arden's final boss, since it was just him.
Yeah,
the whole time.
A lot of people really expected him to blow up into a huge monster.
Because he had all those like dark souls
Yeah,
in him.
for
like,
sure.
Could have like...
Hey, it could still happen.
Could.
But yeah, like his last part was a good last part, but he needed the one big phase before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, more. Quick fire. So asking this question based on the Super Best Friend Play podcast, which I listen to. What are things that scare you and why? For me, it's dark places because I don't believe in ghost or monster, but I do get creeped out of dark corner because I don't know what's in the dark. What are you scared of?
Tornadoes.
Really?
Yeah. Because
I get that.
we had the Black Friday that ripped through Spruce Grove.
Yeah.
And I lived just a bit away from it.
Oh,
and I saw that.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Black Friday here, very different meaning. When they first started celebrating Black Friday here, I'm like, that's really inconsiderate. And then I learned in the States, it's just big sale day. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, here it represents when the worst tornado ever blew through, so...
Yep. So, hate, like, just that... Ever since then, wind makes me way more nervous than, like, thunder.
Fair enough,
rain,
yeah.
or
No.
rain.
There was a period when I was a kid where I literally could not fall asleep if it was windy because I thought it was a tornado every night.
Wow.
That was bad, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah. That sucked. Bees?
Really?
Yeah. Got stung behind the ear.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I ate a bee once. I was running with my mouth open as a kid. That sounds like a joke, but it wasn't. I was running with my mouth open and I ate a bee.
Don't really have any, like, phobias.
Oh, I do.
Don't care about spiders.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with spiders. I used to be worried about spiders, and then I moved here and noticed there's like billions of spiders, and I'm at a point now where I'm just like, whatever, it's a spider.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? They eat worse bugs, so I'm like, whatever, spin your web, just don't be in here.
Heights, I'm like fine with, kind of.
What's that?
Heights.
Oh yeah.
At first, it's
Whoa.
like, but like,
Nope.
even movies, you can't deal with it.
I can't deal with it. Sometimes in games. Sometimes I'll be playing it. Okay, there was when I first played God of War 1, and you're on the rafters up in hell. Like you're up in the rafters, and you're looking down, and you see like layers of the world beneath you.
Yeah.
And you're just like walking around, and like I actually had to put the controller down and take deep breaths because I'm like, it was so far. And then Kratos fell, and it was like he just blacks out before the end. So it's like I'm like, whatever, that's fine. But
Even
like
in Spider-Man: Homecoming, when he was on the Washington Monument.
oh yeah, oh
You
in
look down and
3D,
you're
that
like,
was bad. No, yeah, heights for me is a big one. Like I will, even climbing a ladder. Sometimes I'm like I'm iffy. Like I'll climb up a ladder and I'll be like, I don't know about this. Like I just, I don't like heights. My number one phobia, though, I don't even know if you know this.
I don't know.
Mold.
Mold?
I refuse to touch anything that is beyond its best before date.
Really?
Yeah. If it is the day of for the best before date, I will not touch it. I hate mold.
Huh.
Like if I will, like every time I eat toast, I inspect the bread to make sure there's no blue specks on it. And my dad's like, whatever, it's penicillin, it's fine. Like bread mold is good for you. And I'm like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm not eating it. I refuse. Like there's times where my parents will like grab something out of the back of the fridge and it's like months old and moldy, and I will throw up. Like I will just, as soon as they pull it out and I look at it, it's gone. I'm throwing up. Like I hate mold.
Wow.
Ironically, I was expecting the villain of Resident Evil 7, the Molded, to give me more problems, but it just kind of goop. It's not really anything. Like, it's fine, but real mold, like, I can't stand. Like, thinking about...
Okay.
That's for me. That's my big phobia.
Anything else?
And then heights, yeah. We established that.
Yeah.
Nope, that's it.
How about... closed-in spaces.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm fine. Some people are freaked out by that. I'm like, whatever. Throw me in a small box. I'll be fine. I'll enjoy it. I'm like a cat. If it hey, if I fits, I sits. You know what I say. All right. And the last question from Louis: Is this EAP YouTube?
No, I think it's what's his name on Discord?
Okay.
The other guy.
Okay. If you were a furry, what animal would you be? Okay, real talk. Did you have a fursona as a kid?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Do you think I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because I was a Sonic fan. My OC was Knife the Chicken. It was a chicken with knives. But that probably wouldn't be my modern furry OC. I don't know.
If I was a furry...
I'd be an isopod. Does that count as a furry?
No, because it's not furry.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if like a lizard counts, wouldn't it?
No.
No, okay. Has to be something furry.
Or just feathers.
Or feathers? But that's...
Something that isn't
I mean,
slimy.
I did make... What? Slimy?
Like crocodile.
You said it had to have fur.
Okay, well, I wanted to have feathers because what I'm going to answer with has feathers.
What is that?
If I'm going to be a furry, I want to make it as funny as possible.
What's that?
I want to be an ostrich.
You know what? Sure, man. I did have my wolf OC for my Sonic Forces playthrough, which actually I don't hate that art. Like, I actually think it's kind of cool. Jeez, I don't know. Probably as a kid, I had the monkey OC. There's a monkey, Super Monkey Tanner.
Oh God,
it's not even a joke. God, okay, no, I just remembered. So as a kid, you know when you'd be in school and you would write about, you'd have to just write a story in class. Like, it would just be free writing time and the teacher would grade it. When I was a kid, this was when I first got Shonen Jump. So I got all they used to come out here and physically, right? Yeah. So I had a whole bunch of like stories that I would pull from. One of them was called Yu Yu Hakusho, which is an old school, like, demon hunting manga, right? Mm-hmm. So I wrote this story and it's like, it has to be Halloween themed. I wrote a story about how me and this girl got trapped in a pumpkin. And I was Super Monkey Tanner because I had monkey powers. Because my costume was a monkey at Halloween. She just had super strength because I was boring. And then inside the pumpkin was a small hamster that would ask like some stupid question, and no matter what you answered, it'd be wrong. So he'd have to kill you, right? And so this hamster turned into a soul-sucking Oni. I wrote in like the 3rd grade. This like it was like this huge hulking Japanese monster, and my teacher was like, "That's a bit weird. Are you sure you don't want to pick something more normal?" I'm like, "Nah, it's cool." So I remember because I would always read these Shonen Jump books, and my teacher would have to go through like, "What is spirit gun?" So, that was the best. Those were the times. I have so many cringy childhood stories, man. It's the best. And on that note,
that is the end of an era.
Yes. Well, I mean, we only had about 5 episodes of this style.
7.
7?
This is the 7th.
Of ships worldwide?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Because last week or last time was 6.
Oh, huh. Weird. Maybe I just forgot for some reason. Anyways, we're moving on to the new stuff. So we'll get to, as I said, I'll be playing Burnout Paradise Remastered, and you'll be playing Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. And we will see you then for more news.
But before that,
and
I think we should do a bonus freight for the Smash stuff.
Oh, I mean, of course, yeah. We'll be doing it.
But like,
not a pre for the Smash stuff.
No, after.
Like after the presentation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wednesday.
I thought you meant right after this, and I'm like, why? It's right away. Okay, no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll be talking about that. We'll be doing our streaming our reaction, and then we'll come over here and do our bonus freight.
Yes.
Yep, sounds good. So we'll see you all.
Main episode in 2 weeks.
Main episode 2 weeks. Bonus freight shortly after that. So shortly after this. Shortly after this is what I meant to say. Whatever. So thank you all for listening. We'll see you then. Ciao.
Bye.